Hello everyone and welcome to the Pageant Perspective podcast Beyond the Sash, unveiling stories and celebrating beauty. I'm your host Candace Freeman and today I'm joined with two lovely ladies all the way from El Dorado Park.
Yeah.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Pageant Perspective podcast Beyond the Sash, unveiling stories and celebrating beauty. I'm your host Candace Freeman and today I'm joined with two lovely ladies all the way from El Dorado Park.
Yeah.
El's in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Alright ladies, I'll start with Naima. Can you please introduce yourself to the audience?
Hi everyone, my name is Naima Pedro. I'm 27 years old, all the way from El Dorado Park. I am one of the organizers of the Miss El Dorado Park pageant.
Alright, and then we have Nazli.
Hi everyone, my name is Nazli Isaacs. I am the other half of the organizing combination for the Miss El Dorado Park pageant. Okay. And I'm also from El Dorado Park.
Yay, okay, so you guys say you're a combo. You're actually a combo of three, right?
Yes.
Your mom is also here. They must behind the scenes, by the way, just saying. Can you please, what's your mother's name? I have to let people know that she's here.
My mom's name is Ingrid Jones.
Jones.
We won't say she is part of the combo. She's the runner of the combo.
So it's like a triangle. It's like and then
yes.
the top head
and then the two at the bottom.
Yes. Triangle. Definitely. Okay. So I want to know, how did Miss El Dorado Park start and how long have you guys been in the running? How long is this?
Our first pageant or show took place in 2019.
2019.
But our first introduction to modeling was when Naima was 11 in primary school, almost at high school, at a fun day. Okay. So she was doing some, those quick jump on the stage, modeling something.
The lollipop shows, all the stock sweets in your mouth.
Okay.
All of that. And from there she went to a modeling academy and we did it as a family. She was the model and it was classes and shows, and she went from that 11-year-old girl to a 20-something-year-old in New York.
What?
Yeah.
You were in New York?
New York.
What were you doing in New York? Tell us about that.
So I was at two modeling academies. So the second modeling academies, they gave me the opportunity. I was chosen to join them in New York for modeling. So I was only 18 years old at the time. So I went there. There was a massive runway fashion show that took place. It was really beautiful.
That's amazing. And you know what's even more amazing is that the ladies from El Dorado Park have most proper training. They have the whole package. They have the whole package.
100%.
So they, because of you being into modeling, the whole family basically got into it. And then how did the Miss El Dorado Park idea come about?
I think Naima just finished her studies and she was at home, and there was a lady running one of those pageants and asked Naima, just come and help me, you know you're a model, I don't know these things.
Yes.
And Naima was helping out and it went quiet for about a year, and then we just made a joke. You're at home, we're having Sunday lunch and we're sitting there, we just made a joke, we're like, we can do this. And it went from a joke to we can do this to 6 years running now, basically.
Beautiful. The whole family involved.
Definitely.
The whole family.
It's not so much an organization but a family. Everyone involved. From we have our nieces, our nephews, our cousins, our mom is the backbone of everything. We have our brother there. We've got family friends who are family, like our brothers. We have a great support system.
Yes, it's actually so beautiful, and I think it just strengthens the relationship of family amongst you guys. I think that's so beautiful. What was the vision that still fuels Miss El Dorado Park?
Making a difference, finding a voice. For me personally, I've been one of those chubby kids, very insecure about my body, and so it's nice to create a platform where I can encourage young girls to look at themselves with love.
Yes.
And from my side, that's where I come in, like working with girls to just love themselves, man. And for the pageant as a whole, I think we did it the one day in an interview. We were like, if we have 10 girls in, and out of those 10 girls, 3 girls are inspired. And 3 girls inspire another 3 girls. That is 6 girls inspired by us planting a seed, and it grows. And that's the whole purpose of it, a domino effect of inspiration.
Definitely. Naima, what would you say is the vision that fuels the family to continue with this pageant?
I think one of our visions is also change. We also want to change the mindset of the people within our community of what pageantry actually is. Also, a personal one from my side is equality. Being in different pageants, different environments, different areas, you know, being equal to one another is so important, giving someone an equal chance to stand for what they believe. So my vision is change and equality for all these young girls.
That's beautiful. And you know, with the El Dorado community, you know, sometimes we get so many negative news about it. I want to know what social issues are rife within the El Dorado community.
So, as it's let's not say but vastly put out there, we've got the drugs, we've got the gun violence, the rape, the teenage pregnancy, and so much more challenges that the youngsters, even the older people, are facing. And by creating this platform, we have something for the young people to do outside of that, away from that, and give them a chance to be motivated and kept busy. Like you have so many moms that have told us over the years, you don't understand, this child is doing her homework now, she's in the house.
Wow.
And that's the thing, it's they are proactive, productive, and that's,
I think that's where change also comes in.
Yes.
Also change in their daily lives and giving them a purpose, because usually a teenager, what are you doing the weekend? You scouting for the first party. So now within this pageant, as it's a journey, what are you doing the weekend? I have rehearsals. Every single Saturday is rehearsals. So it's change in what they are doing, what they're planning to do, and it really helps.
Yes, you know, I'm thinking now that you're saying this one girl, the mom said she's all of a sudden doing her homework. It changes their mindset to actually, I'm doing something with my life. I must keep it up now. It must show in my books. It must show in my interaction with the teacher. It must show when I'm in the street. You see, so it's actually the influence is actually big. It's quite a great impact, right? It does make a great impact. Okay, now let's go over into directing the pageant, you know, organizing it and planning it. How stressful is it? Is it stressful for you?
It is. It is really stressful. I think there are, not even I think, I can promise you, there are moments where the two of us are just like, I want to run away right now. We have to deal with vendors and parents and the models. And then it's our own team. And then we have our own lives. So this is like, we literally balance everything in it, and we try and give as much as ourselves to all of it, but still try and keep a healthy balance, because we can't run ourselves dry.
That's
you know.
true.
So it will be something simple, man, and every year without a fail there's one thing, I think the day before the show or 2 days before the show, that just doesn't arrive or doesn't happen.
Or just doesn't work out.
Yes, you know, yesterday I know someone from El Dorado Park, and I saw her status, and she was like at rehearsals for Miss El Dorado Park. I was like, oh, so you guys are like so much ahead of time. So I suppose you were there yesterday.
Yes, I was there.
Just you guys are on flame, man. You guys are organized, because it's like you split up the duties. This one is there, this one is there, and I was like, Nestle was there, and then this one wasn't. So she was there. I was like, wow. You see, it's like someone's not there, but the show just keeps running and running like a good oiled machine. So what is each roles in directing and organizing the pageant? I'll start with Naima.
So my main role is I train the girls. I am the coach for the pageant. But amongst that, the organizing of getting sponsorships, getting our DJ, photographers, that is the main thing that I do on my side. But mainly I work with the girls.
Yes, you train the girls with the walk and stuff like that. And you, Nes?
I'm the mentor, so I'm the one that does the workshops, the mental workshops, the emotional workshops.
You guys give workshops?
Yes, we do. I think this coming Saturday is a workshop. It's my turn. Wow. So we do those little exercises just to help them just open up their minds, you know.
That's so beautiful. That's beautiful. I can't even explain that you guys do that.
We do those workshops. I mean, like, Naima's good. She's good. When your daughter comes there in her tackies, by the end of it, she'll be running in heels. And we've decided that we don't want it to just be a one-sided coin. So then I'll work on the other stuff.
Beautiful.
And then it's the organizing. Running around getting t-shirts and bands and all of those stuff, and ramps and lights. And so we split it in a way that I do what I'm good at and Naima does what she's good at. And when you put it together, we are a perfect combination.
True. But at least we're very blessed that it's not just the two of us. We have our friends and our family that takes up big roles as well. So,
and shout out to the family, right?
They do a lot. Like, I don't think we can do it
We would
ourselves.
never manage, as much as they might have a lot with that control freak issues, we would have never managed with each and every one of them, from picking up the chairs to checking social media for us, to reminding us, your bag, don't forget the pins are in there, don't forget this for the girls. You know, like, we have a very strong support system, and we are blessed to have such genuine people in our lives that believe in what we believe in and believe in us as well.
That's beautiful. Now you see friends and family, they're actually saying thank you.
Yes, we're saying thank you.
And then regarding sponsorships for, organizing and directing pageants,
It's
how
tough.
is it tough?
It is tough. The sad reality is we have so many people who still don't take the pageant industry seriously. So to have people sponsoring us with prizes for the girls, it is hard. It's a battle. We have some sponsors who have been with us from the beginning, and we love them. We're so grateful to them with the massage vouchers and the hair things and stuff nice so that the winner gets something beautiful and feels treated and special. But it is a battle, because we do get those really nasty comments about, oh, it's just modeling,
Wow.
Yeah. So at least we are lucky to have about 5 sponsors within our community that helps out with prizes. As Nazli said, a free hairdo, a massage, and so on. But regarding our show, we have only one sponsor that has assisted us. The rest we have to hustle and grind to put our show together.
Sure.
And that's the stressful part.
Yeah. What other challenges do you face when you plan and organize a pageant?
I think everyone can attest to the load shedding.
Yes, the load shedding is
Can
a
the
big
president hear us out?
the load shedding.
Load shedding.
With your show is running, you've booked, and it's load shedding. And we do come from Eldorado Park. The venues are not fully equipped with everything, so it's no generator. So then me and I might have to hire a generator just in case, or to
And
carry on.
sometimes we don't even need that
And
generator, but we already hired it. It's there.
There's nothing we can do. I think another for us personally is not having our own space. Our own space to run everything from. So we do it from our homes in the community center. We're very grateful to that. We have that access to the community center with rehearsals and stuff like that. But having our own space where it's permanently ours. I
think that's one of our main goals because we are grateful for the community center, but we rehearse in the parking lot in the sun every Saturday. So if it's raining and there's an event at the wall, we don't have rehearsals. We are stranded.
Yes.
So I think that has humbled us a lot. Standing in that sun is no joke.
And me and Naima are not very pulled up about it. We're in that sun with every contestant. We're all suffering together, basically.
Teamwork makes the dream work, definitely. I don't think it would be a problem. Do you think it would be a problem if like a church maybe allowed you guys to practice your ramp walks and stuff like that? It wouldn't be a problem.
It wouldn't.
We would be open to it.
Because it is for the community, it is for the young girls and stuff like that. So churches can probably also open their doors to you guys in future.
Well, that will help us a lot.
And then what would each of you say, what does it take to run a pageant successfully?
Patience.
Wow.
Kindness.
And pray.
Hey, girls.
Strength.
But no, patience is very important because there's been a lot of times where we look at where we are with the pageant and we feel like giving up. Because it's like nothing is working out. The girls are ready, but there's no show.
Sure.
You know, and I think that's also where my mother comes in because, my mom's big voice, guys. So she'll be like, get up, solve it, and make it happen.
Sy ruk jou reg.
Yes.
Yeah, sy raak ons reg.
There's no
And
time
then,
to.
you know, we need to have patience because it's not just gonna happen overnight. So patience is very important.
Yeah, I see. And then for girls that want to go into pageantry, that are maybe shy, that feel inadequate, what advice would you ladies give to them?
The first thing is that jump.
Jump.
You will never overcome your fears if you don't try. So enter that pageant. If you see that flyer, register for that. It's the only way forward. And from there you'll see how everything just falls into place for you.
Beautiful. What would you say?
I would say take a risk and be yourself. Because something I always I actually told the girls this yesterday that we all not here for the same reason. Yes, everyone wants the crown, but the purpose is different.
That's true.
The purpose is not the same. You may want to be a pageant queen, or you may want to use this crown to overcome a different fear that you have. So just take a risk, guys. There's nothing to lose. The only thing is a judge saying, nope, not this time.
Yeah.
But there's nothing that you're going to miss out on.
You know, the recurring message that I always hear, especially in pageantry and other competitions, is the greatest competition is not that competition, it's yourself.
Yes.
So even though you don't win that competition, you overcame something internally, you know, just going, just taking part in that was already something that you've overcome.
And you make friends.
You make friends.
You make friends. You know.
And it's a great experience as well. So
It's
now,
fun.
So now, you know, there's different communities in Gauteng, and you know, you get Eldorado Park, Annandale, Eden Park. But I want to know, with Miss Eldorado Park, what makes a queen in Eldorado Park, in Miss Eldorado Park? Because I would think that a queen from Eden Park would be a bit different. A queen from Annandale would be a bit different. But in your way, because you guys are the organizing directors, I know you guys aren't the judges. But from your observation, what makes a queen?
Determination. Every young lady who has won and has been somebody that has been determined from the beginning, that has had things happen, that has doubts, but they were determined to walk through it. So hard work and kindness. Basically our belief that kindness in terms of being kind to themselves and being kind to other people, that makes a queen, because no matter what happens, you know that she'll work hard at everything she's doing, and at the same time she'll do it so elegantly because she's being kind to everyone around her. That to us is our queens, and I can say when you do sit down with our queens from all 5 years, you see that. You see the hard work. You see the kindness in them. You see the silliness in them as well, because they can be silly to hell and back. You know, we can sit and have a good laugh with them.
Yeah, and I don't know, there's something, they all like to eat.
Yes, every year that has been the thing. So sometimes we'll just take muffins for everyone, and you'll hear them. We've been given the rule by the models: no eating until we're done.
Yeah.
Because they'll tell you they can't focus after that.
I can imagine. What would you say, Naima, would make a queen?
Kindness is the main part of it, and also with kindness, you have an open heart. So I always preach to the girls that nobody's perfect. There's no perfect queen.
Yes.
And if you're not perfect, it makes you a better person. Because being perfect, you're not true to who you are, and you will never be yourself. And the nice thing about our pageant is that it's not just open to girls in elders.
Okay.
So yes, the title is Eldorado Park, but it's open to anyone in any community, because we don't want to limit anybody to do anything.
Yes, true. Nice. And then I also heard that you guys had a queen that participated in another pageant, Miss Soweto. Paige Harvey, am I right?
Paige Harvey.
What year was this that she won Miss Soweto?
Last year.
Last year.
She's
Last
there
year, November.
2023, 2024 title holder.
So how did you guys just have the idea that why don't we put her there? What came about
So
that idea?
she was our very first Miss Eldorado Park winner. in
Oh.
2019.
Okay.
She was crowned Miss Eldorado Park in 2019.
Mm.
In that year, she was too young to
enter.
enter Miss Soweto.
Mm.
She was our youngest contestant.
Oh.
And I think we're a little harder on
Yeah, I personally, with the training, I was very hard on Paige because I could see her potential.
Wow.
But I believe she didn't see it as much as I did. We were very, very hard on Paige. Until today, she would ask, why?
Why did you put
And
me
I
through
think
that?
it paid up, eh?
It did.
Yeah, she was crowned last year, Miss Soweto. She's currently Miss Soweto.
Well done.
And I'm proud to say that she comes from Eldorado Park.
Yes.
She still works closely with us. We see her very often. We've been seeing her throughout her journey with Miss Eldorado Park, helping her through it and everything. We were at the show this year.
Yeah,
believed
we
in
saw
her.
her get crowned.
Yeah, we were
That's
there with her.
Beautiful. You guys are very family orientated.
Yes,
right?
our motto is sisterhood.
That's
So we
cool.
believe we are family. Once your year is over, your reign is over, we still stick together.
And she's actually one of a handful of young ladies who started with us and have been branching out into different pageants.
Yeah.
I think we had like 5 girls crowned last year in different pageants,
Wow.
and that's the thing. Like to us, it's just about them realizing that this is their passions and going for it. You know, so Paige is our baby. She
Yeah,
was
that's
she
beautiful.
was our first child.
I think she was 15 when she won Miss Eldorado Park.
She
Sure.
turned 16 the next Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. That's
And-
such a beautiful story.
And she got crowned Miss Soweto
The day before her
the day
birthday.
before her birthday. So she's just like, it's her month to do the best.
It's like it's meant to be, basically. So
Yeah.
nice. And then I always ask these questions, you know, because girls, before they go into pageantry, they have these different perspectives on beauty and how they must look. How would you describe beauty?
Your personality.
Personality?
Yeah.
100% in you?
I'd say it comes from the heart. The beauty comes from the heart.
From within, right?
Yes, definitely.
And then self-confidence? How would you describe self-confidence?
Comes from success.
Success.
And success is not just having a lot of money. Succeeding at the smallest
The
things.
smallest things
That makes you confident. Being able to, yesterday not knowing how to tie your hair a certain way, and today being able to do that, it makes you more confident in your capabilities.
Yes.
Yeah.
I can tell that you like the mental health coach,
Yeah.
mentor, because
And I'm trying to keep up with those words that Nazli say, like, you know.
so yes, but also the fact that you talked about like success, like self-confidence is related to success because you have to put out small goals for yourself.
Yes.
You overcome those small goals, and then you realize actually I can do more.
Yes.
And then you go up that ladder, and then you have this confidence that you can do things.
And sometimes I make this an example with your bedroom. You change the curtains today. Next week you change the pillowcases. And when you look again after 3
You
weeks,
feel rich again.
you have a brand new bedroom.
Yeah,
you feel rich and
like
successful.
rich and
So
successful.
it's the small things that paints a big picture.
That's very true.
Yes.
How would you describe self-confidence in your own words? Your sister was
She
great.
just took everything.
She gave a beautiful example.
Like,
What do you say now?
But it's your own words. You
Your
should be
own
using
words.
your own words. You are, I can WhatsApp
I
you
feel
some.
like I'm on the spot now. Now they're gonna say, I think self-confidence is, in my own words, it's in your walk. Like I always tell the girls, give me attitude.
Yes.
You're already wearing the crown. That's your confidence. You already won. You're just here to be in the show. So it's in your walk. If you have confidence in your walk, you can walk.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I see that. Because on stage, that confidence, it has to show to the audience, actually,
Yes.
and to the judges. They have to see that this person knows what she's doing. She's confident in how she takes over the stage.
And already, if
basically.
you don't have confidence, you're looking at the ground. And nobody wants to see someone looking at the ground.
Yeah, that eye contact when they look at the judges and they do the swing and stuff.
Yeah, the judge down, you're like,
I always say
Oh,
intimidate
what?
that judge.
you intimidate
Stay
the
at
judge.
that judge.
Stay.
Yeah,
Look at him.
All right, ladies. Have you guys heard of the Miss Inter pageant?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm excited about that.
You're excited about
Yes.
that? You know what? I just
Yes.
feel like Eldorado Park is gonna come on another level. To be honest,
Yeah,
I
no.
feel like you guys are coming with bazookas, bazookas, and I don't know what other bombs you have there, but
We're
you.
going to light that stage up.
Definitely.
So you guys are ready for the interpageant?
We are.
We're ready.
We are. Definitely.
You know what? I just have to say the Miss Eldorado Park team is just, you guys are something else. And I really want to encourage you guys to keep doing what you're doing. And I can just feel the energy. I can feel you guys are just you guys, yourselves and your girls. When I saw you all yesterday, it was exceptional. Everything is just exceptional. Keep doing what you guys are doing.
Thank you.
Doing a great job. Your impact is massive, definitely. And then for my last question, I want to know, how can people outside get hold of you guys? How can they follow you and stuff like that?
So we on Instagram as Miss_Eldorado Park, small letters, and then we on TikTok, Miss Eldorado Park, and then Facebook it's Miss-Eldorado Park.
All right, so that's where they can get you guys.
They can follow us. They can private message us. We're always available.
Okay, Nestle, because I saw your team looks quite strong, right? And it looks like it's tough competition. So I just want to know the landscape in Eldorado Park. Do you guys have competitors, and how has that been? How's the landscape there?
So we, over the past, I think 6 years, there have been other pageants. I will say that we encourage and support, because we are not only encouraging our models to become successful, we want everyone to be successful.
Yes.
I mean, we want elders to shine. And the only way for elders to shine is for everyone to do well.
Yes.
At the same time, we have no problems working with anyone. But we trust our vision. We trust what we've got running. So for anyone else to start up a pageant and run a pageant, it's love. It's all love.
Yes.
It's all love from our side.
And the thing also is, if you guys have a vision and you have a way of grooming your girls, so if there's someone else that has a different way of grooming girls and they also want to leave an impact, they can also do the same, right?
Yes, like it's not a competition. No one's trying to be the better pageant runner.
Yes.
Because we never started this pageant to be better than anyone. We did this because we wanted to help people become better people. And so we're all for it. Healthy competition is good. We're just saying that we trust ourselves.
Yes, and you have been consistent over
And
the years.
that's the thing.
That's the
We're
thing,
in it
yeah.
for the long haul. We have our vision of when me and Naima are going to be 60 and sitting on those stages and have our kids. And that's the thing. We're doing this, we're teaching our kids. Naima's son has already got some, he's 3, some of the smiles down and whatever.
Wow.
So we are going to be grooming our children to step into these roles that we are in right now.
I think there's just there is competition, there is other pageants within our community. I think the only difference is that the Miss Eldorado Park pageant, it's consistent. It's a journey. It's not
a once-off
or a one-day pageant. So that's where the difference comes in. It will be beautiful to have one massive pageant within our community, but it's open for anyone. We don't own a law of
Yeah.
it has its differences, and like Naz says, we are open to help anybody else, but we 100% behind myself.
Yeah, it's not like you guys are gatekeepers there with swords, like,
Yeah.
barriers of entry.
Yes, no.
Okay, that's good. So then there's always this, and recently it's been coming up a lot, the topic of transgenderism and transgender people that want to be contestants in that want to come into a Miss pageant. How do you guys feel about that?
I see that Miss South Africa has allowed that.
Have they allowed?
Last year.
They have allowed it last year. But I think on the transgender side, I don't have anything against it. However, when it does come to our pageant, now our pageant is still small at the moment, so we also have to be very cautious on what we allow and what we do not allow. Also, a lot of people is uneducated within the transgenders scenario or what's happening. So also, right now, our pageant cannot be open as yet for transgenders due to the lack of education that everyone has amongst it. You also
Especially
don't
in
want,
our community.
you
You
don't
don't want
want
to put
someone to feel less than a person if they do win and the next person's child does not. What words will be said? How will that person feel? And will be backlash on the pageant.
Yes.
Even though we were trying to do the good thing, I just think our community is not ready as yet for something big like
Us
that.
personally, we don't mind being inclusive, but we would prefer to be more prepared for an individual facing that. You know,
that's true.
You also don't want to put somebody in something and then you don't know how to help them or engage with them and so forth. I do believe that your Miss pageant should be represented as Miss and your Misters represented as Mister. So if somebody is trans, that person is now falling under the Miss category. But we come from a community that is very complex.
Yes.
And we wouldn't want somebody to be standing in the firing line and we don't know how to safeguard them.
And how to, you know, serve the interest of both, protect both parties. Because you might come get, like, let's say, one of the issues would be the changing room. Mothers will be like, no, but is she going to be...
Yes, you know, so before we can go and say, yes, we're all for it, we need to make sure we have everything in place to make everybody comfortable
and protected.
Yes, and feel safe.
Exactly. Very well answered. Where do you want to take Miss Eldorado Park, you know, in the future? What's your broader hope for Miss Eldorado Park?
I won't lie to you, we have this
Tell
little
me your
dream.
dream.
I have a dream, and anybody that knows anybody that can, you know, help me with this dream is I want us to have the show at the Lyric Theatre at Gold Reef City.
Oh my.
Just 1 year, have our girl stand there and her crown put on her head and our audience in that room. The theatre is beautiful.
Wow.
So that's the dream. And then also to have our girls win prizes that are a bit more life-changing.
Yeah.
You know,
like a study bursary.
A full study bursary, a car. How would it be a young girl winning Miss Eldorado Park and she's able to take her mom to Durban and her mom has never seen the sea? I'm just, you know, like life-changing things. So
Life-changing prizes, not just luxury, but
life-changing. So our vision is to have a more theatered show, to also upskill our team members, because I mean they've been with us from the beginning, to invest back in them, and then to have an academy running. We want it to be a full school. We want it to not just be a pageant, but to be a school where there's classes, and we're not only teaching, we're teaching from the babies to the big people, whether it's not limited to only modeling, but to beauty.
I actually wanted to say the same thing.
You know, lifestyle on my side with the mentoring, some lifestyle lessons, not lifestyle lessons, some life lessons. Life is hard.
Yes.
Counseling. And so our vision is to have one building that offers all of that and offers that in a way that people are not spending thousands of rands to come and pay for counseling, that come and pay for those things. So that is the goal, the dream, the vision.
Yes.
The theatre thing, like anyone can hook me up with that.
I love how you dream. Like, I love you guys actually have these broad dreams. And then, like, how you even started Miss Eldorado Park, you were just thinking, you know, what if? Then if it happened, and this is another what if. I'm sure it's going to happen.
Yeah.
One day is one day.
And they all laugh at me with that one, but like...
You'll show them.
We'll show, you know.
Yesterday you mentioned that maybe Miss South Africa can come from Miss Eldorado Park.
Definitely.
It's also a great
like we see that. We can see us sitting there watching Miss South Africa, the show, and screaming, be like, that's our child! You know, like, all of these girls are our children, you know, and somebody going to Miss Universe. Because the thing is this, by having one person from Miss Eldorado Park win Miss South Africa, it will tell the young girls in Eldorado Park that life doesn't end here. You don't have to just finish school or not finish school, have a baby. Like, there's so much world there out. And a child from your street, somebody you saw at school with you, is there. So you can also be there.
Wasn't there a lady that was Miss South Africa that came from Eldos maybe like a couple of years ago?
Lisa Lottie.
Yes, I remember.
Lisa Lottie.
So Eldorado Park is quite a lot of potential.
Yes, we do.
Yeah,
it's just sad that that's not all that's spoken about, you know. We have a lot of beautiful things in Eldos and a lot of beautiful people, and there's a lot of, I love the place.
Yes.
You know, there's a lot of potential. I mean, we have athletes, we have children doing weird stuff where you just like, wow, you did that, you made that thing, you know. You can sing like that. So Eldos has got a lot of talent.
There's a weird story I heard from someone I went to visit in Eldorado Park, and this person said to me, people jump over the gate.
Yeah.
He was like, they don't walk through the gate.
No.
They just jump because they can.
boys and but the thing is, like, if you take that and you put it into a more productive thing,
Yes.
it means that child can be an athlete, high
Exactly.
jump, and so we don't have enough people in Eldorado Park showing young people where the doors are. That's the problem.
Yes,
And that's what we want to do. We want to be doorkeepers, keep those doors open for everyone.
Yeah. What if Liesel or Lori came on board with you guys? Would you?
I think that will help us so
No?
much because it will help us help more girls.
Definitely.
The thing is, the bigger the team, the better.
Yes.
We will be able to help more people.
The bigger
We
the
will-
reach.
yeah, the
Yeah.
bigger the reach, we will make more people believe in themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Because if our show is a success, the girls feel successful.
Yes.
Because you also don't want to be part of a show that looks terrible. Because that's where your confidence leaves you immediately.
Do you think that being consistent with the show, like having it every year, does it become easier? Like in maybe like having like venues and stuff like that. Does it become easier or does it become?
No, because sometimes we also lastig and we want to change things. We also don't want to be
Yeah.
monotonous.
Yes.
So we want to
It
try
doesn't
new
become
stuff.
easier.
It
No.
doesn't become easier.
No.
Okay. I know one of the compulsory things within pageantry is community initiatives.
Yes.
Do you? Yes. What do you ladies do?
So we took a lot of community work within the pageant and out. So our household does our own community work, and then within the pageant, as it's a journey, the girls are required to do charity work. So what we are currently doing, we do a noodles drive because we believe that
It's noodles.
everybody eats noodles.
Yeah.
So we do a noodles drive. Every year in December, we do Christmas boxes for the less fortunate.
Wow.
So like a little toy, a sweet, and a nice Christmas Day outfit is what we also do. Myself and Nazli is actually part of the Women of Purpose within Eldorado Park
Okay.
for community work as well. My mom has a feeding where if it's winter, it's soup we go give out. If it's summer, it's something else. Giving out clothing as well. We collect bags of clothes and we just choose an extension and we give it.
Stop at a
we
road,
give it out.
pack it out, and free
So,
for all
yeah,
to
it's
come in.
whatever we can do right now, we do it, and that's what we try and educate our girls to do. That you have to give that. There's never enough, and there's always someone that doesn't have what you have.
Yes.
And that
So
little thing
they
can make a
have-
big difference.
It can. Just in the day, even just
Yes.
changing,
Yes.
because you know, like how people go through tough things every day, and just that
Yes.
one sort of like a miracle that day.
Just that
I
can
think
make a difference.
Last year, when we were doing the noodles, we collected 1,500 packs of noodles.
Like the 5 packs or like one.
One pack, we
Okay.
counted them singularly.
Okay.
And we went to Extension 8 in Eldorado Park, and we decided to give each person that walked past 3 packs of noodles. And there was a lady there, a friend of hers came with her. She was with her kid in the pram, and the friend says to the one, you got 3 packs. The child got 2 packs. I got 3 packs and my child got 3 packs. So I'm gonna give you one of mine, so you'll have 6. And if you cook it all together, y'all can have supper tonight.
Wow.
That for us is that. Just that,
Yes.
So, and we did sanitary stuff,
Yes,
a
we
few
did a sanitary
tree as
drive
well. So every year there's a charity drive where the contestants need to take part. They need to run it, they need to do the work, and then
Once you're crowned, you also need to have your own
Initiatives,
initiative. Give back, and then as a team in December
we do
all
the
it
Christmas.
together.
Beautiful. You know, just thinking about like the supper that you mentioned that this family's going to have. Imagine that that's all they can have as a family for
Yeah.
supper.
Yes.
Yeah, no, you guys are really doing great work in Eldorado Park. And then just to ledge on to the sponsorships, how do you convince your sponsors to, invest in the pageant, and what can they benefit from being a sponsor in Miss Eldorado Park?
I think the biggest thing that the small businesses within Eldorado Park want is exposure. So I try my best to make sure that each and every social media platform we have, they are mentioned, they are posted. Our radio interviews, our newspaper articles, I make sure we give as much exposure as possible, because most of them just want exposure.
Yes.
And sometimes when I ask, let's say it's a lady that does nails, I'll always be like, please can I get a sponsor? And I'm like, you know, if one girl gets a free nail do and her sister likes it, you automatically have 2 new clients, and then the mother joins. And so I try to convince them that helping one, the whole family will come back. I guarantee that you are building your clients like that. It helps with some people. It does help, but I think most of them really want exposure.
But also just giving, in a sense, it's actually also liberating, you know, giving to someone and helping the next person. It's better to give than to receive.
I believe in the paying it forward. I think Tupac speaks about it a lot, rap music, about if you have extra, why not give? You know, no one is saying you must take the last slice of bread off your plate and give. But if you have a little extra, if you have that handbag that your stepmother-in-law bought you that you don't like, pass it on to somebody that's going to love that handbag. So we are asking business owners to please, whatever services you offer, whatever items you are selling, to think of us and think of the changes we're trying to make in the lives of other people. And to know, I promise you, you feel so good. Knowing that you made someone genuinely smile and feel appreciated. And for adults, okay, I'm an adult too, but to remember how hard it was for you to be where you are today. So just give someone that push. To the sponsors, that's what you get. You get that feeling of helping someone, making someone feel great. And then, like Naima said, the girls post, they make those reels and videos. I was given this handbag from must push my luck from Louis Vuitton and made my day, and whatever the case may be. So for us, it's like you will get that exposure as well as that inside warm feeling of helping somebody else.
You know what I just thought of now, that giving creates space for more, right?
Yes.
And sometimes you don't even know where you have that space, but you'll get blessed in that space where you don't have.
You can't get new clothes if you don't give away your old clothes.
Exactly. I've seen people hoard up stuff, you know, it's just back there, and I'm like, oh, no, space, please. Make space for more so other things can come in here.
Definitely.
But yeah, thank you ladies so much for this interview. I'm so happy that you guys came.
Thank you for having us. We appreciate you giving us an opportunity to speak on something we are so passionate about. And by being so nice and welcoming and making us feel so comfortable to just share our experiences and journeys.
It's a great pleasure. I loved having you guys here. And then, so for now, that's all from me, Candace Freeman, the Pageant Perspective podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, this was Miss Eldorado Park. I'm telling you, this is the crew here, right here. Thank you so much for joining in, and I hope that you guys continue watching us. For now, that's bye from us.
Bye.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the Pageant Perspective podcast, Beyond the Sash, unveiling stories and celebrating beauty. I'm your host, Candace Freeman, and today I'm joined by a mother and daughter duo, so you know there's power in this couple. And they are pageant directors, organizers, we have a pageant girl, and she also judges. So I'll give the floor over to them so that they can introduce themselves. So I'll start over with you. You may introduce yourself to the audience.
Hi everyone, I go by the name of Bodine Peters. I am 28 years old. I reside in Regenpark, Boksburg, and I've been in the modeling industry since the age of 10.
Sure.
Yeah, since the age of 10.
18 years.
So that's 18 years. Actually going, it's 19 years because I'm turning 29 this year. Okay. Yeah, and I've won numerous pageants. I've got over 200 titles. And yes, so Miss Boksburg, Miss Regenpark, yes. Miss Johannesburg, Miss Gauteng, Face of Signature first runner up, Miss United Nations South Africa, Miss Supernational RSA. Jeez, there's a long list. Let's just
that's power packed, right? It was condensed. Everything
that's just to name a few. And yeah, I now judge most of the time, and also organize and direct Miss Kelly's with my mother.
Beautiful. And then let's go over to the mother.
Hi, I am Shiradeen Peters, as you heard, the mother to Bodine Peters. We have an events company which is called B&S Events. We run and organize quite a few pageants. We've actually just started last year. Last year, taking over Miss Kelly's, and we're actually trying to make it a bigger and better pageant. We're taking Miss Kelly's to new heights. As you guys can see, we brought in 3 new categories. Last year we had the Miss Teen pageant, which we had Natalie Krauser winning it.
Okay.
So yeah, Miss Kelly's is going bigger and better, and we're not only going to be stopping at Miss Kelly's. I'm actually planning 4 new pageants.
Wow.
But we need to do planning on that first.
Yeah. You seem like
there's a lot of planning done in pageantry.
Yeah, there is.
It's a lot of hard work. A lot of hard work. It's not just doing a pageant and it's over and done with. It's stress. Bodine and I fight. But that's the thing between running a business on your own and sponsorships and things like that. There, we're constantly on the phone with each other because we got our normal jobs and we have the events company. So it's one of those.
It's hectic, but it's beautiful.
It is. It is. It's a passion. You got to have a passion for what you're doing. So yeah. That's us in a nutshell.
When she introduced herself, she said the mother of Bodine. You could tell the pride, like, yeah, my daughter, that one.
It is.
Okay, so how long have you been into organizing and directing pageants?
I started doing that when Bodine was a baby. I did pageants in Reiche Park where I had taken pageants and people had approached me, took my pageants to Geluksdal.
Wow.
But yeah, you don't really get the support in your own community, so it's a bit difficult though.
It is. It's a difficult industry. And what fuels you? What gives you the drive to partake and, organize these things? Because it's such a difficult job.
It is a difficult job. Pageantry is a cutthroat business. I always tell that to people.
Sure.
It is hard. People think, oh, my daughter wants to become a model and that's it. They don't understand there is so much money being put into this pageant industry. You've got to have money for a new dress. There is times where you have to have casual outfits. You got to run around. Bodine has cost me, I think, over 10 million rand in this pageant industry. It is. You know the little that you count. You don't count your money driving to the pageant, entering at the door. Your food money, you've got to entertain the children there as well, your pageant entry fee. So it's quite a lot of money. It's not just being a model, you've got to be driven to be in this industry.
So what do you think it is that fuels you to direct it?
It's a passion, like I said, it's a passion. I've always been in this industry. Well, I did pageants at school as well when I was younger, but I've always wanted to be in the modeling industry, which I am as is. So I've been driven for years and years.
Beautiful. So you're just a driven lady as well?
I am.
That's nice. I can see where she gets it from. And then how did your pageantry start? Because like you said, you started at 10 years old.
Yes.
Was it with your mom's encouragement?
So, I entered at Miss Valentine at school.
Okay,
It always starts at school. Yeah, so I entered Miss Valentine at school and I won that pageant. So from there onwards,
it was all the way up.
All the way up?
All the way up.
All the way up.
What has been your greatest moments in pageantry?
Sure, each and every one of them actually.
Each and every one
Yeah,
of them?
there's, well, all of them actually. But I'm not even gonna lie.
Every title
every
you've
title,
won,
every
you
single title.
appreciate that. And then with judging, how do you take on judging? Do you think it comes natural, or is it like you go to the criteria? What does it take to be a good judge? What do you look for in your contestants? What do you look for in a winner actually?
Obviously somebody who is themselves. Just enjoying yourself, be yourself, and the girl who stands out the most.
Wow.
You'll know. Trust me, you'll know. I've been in the industry for very long, so there's always a winner.
There's always a winner.
Always a winner. There's always that girl that just has everything that you're looking for on that specific day.
Okay.
So.
Alright, so and then with directing and organizing, you guys both do it. And then how do you take on the, because it's a lot of work. How do you take how do you divide the work between yourselves? What do you mostly do with organizing the pageant, and what do you mostly do? Maybe you play more of the CEO type of role and she plays more of the task,
We don't have specific roles. We both just do what we have to do. So I'll jump on board with sponsors and try and get email whoever and okay, I know this person. My mother will come on board and she knows more people than what I do.
Don't lie. That's a lie.
And then obviously the social media part.
Yeah, that counts a lot.
Yeah, social media with pageantry counts a lot, a lot. Obviously also just getting the pageant out there, thinking about who to involve, where to go, what to do. We're in it together, so.
In your opinion, what does it take to run a successful pageant?
Your marketing.
Marketing.
Marketing is one of the biggest things in the pageant industry. Any business.
Yeah.
Come to say, any business, you've got to do marketing. That's the only way, putting your business out there and selling yourself. That is one of the biggest things that a lot of us in small little businesses don't understand. So you've got to do marketing. Marketing is one of the most important things in a business. So if you're going to sit back and think, okay, fine, my pageant's going to get so many girls entering it and you're not doing anything. I went with the Miss Kellys, like I said to Gilbert before, Bo and I had 2 months planning Miss Kellys. 2 months.
Literally.
We marketed. We had girls coming from Limpopo entering.
What?
There were girls phoning me from Durban. But the time limit was so small that we couldn't organize a guest house for the girls to come and like stay over and stuff like that. And plus we worked on a small little budget because we literally had 0 cents starting this pageant. Literally nothing. And all I said to Bo is, what are we going to do?
Sure. But you made it through.
We did. We did. Miss Kelly's last year, even though the turn up wasn't that major, we had the most amazing turnout when it came to the sponsors.
Oh.
Our sponsors were one of the highest that Miss Kelly has ever seen.
Wow.
So,
that's
yeah.
Nice. I know sponsorship is actually a very big deal.
It is.
Is it something that you guys usually, is it like a challenge usually with organizing pageants?
In any pageant, asking for money and stuff from anybody, it's challenging because you've got, like I said, you've got to sell yourself.
Yeah.
And Miss Kelly's has actually sold itself from the word go, from start to finish.
It's been actually quite popular pageant.
Yes. So Miss Kelly's is not just a pageant that started yesterday. It's something that's been running for years.
Yeah.
And with the sponsors, with Dino Peterson actually got the sponsor of Boston. And myself and Bodine has proven ourselves last year that we didn't even have to ask Boston to sponsor us again.
Oh,
they simply said,
wow,
we're on board.
We're on board.
And
that's good.
We got another sponsor, Kincaid. He's coming on. Like I said, Miss Kelly's is going bigger and better this year. I don't actually want to elaborate as much.
Yes.
Our Queen Naledi, they've got 2 different companies. They got a shoe company, which is also going to be sponsoring. They've got a dress company where they make evening wear dresses and whatever you need.
Yes.
They coming on board.
Wow.
So yeah,
you guys are on the ball, on the roll.
We are. No, this year we've got enough time to plan.
Yeah, we've got plenty.
When is your finale?
On the 30th of November.
November.
Yeah, but I'm actually thinking of splitting the 2 because running Miss Kelly's alone. It's big.
Okay.
So like I said, we want to do Miss Kelly's on one specific day, but my finale date is the 30th of November. I might just have an earlier date for the other 3 pageants.
Okay.
But I want to take the Yummy Mummy pageant also to the Miss Kelly stage, which is going to be awesome because, I mean, you're having those yummy mummies that
they
feel that they've still got it.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna take it. Like I said, we're gonna explore with this Miss Kelly's.
Yes.
But then we're also going to be exploring on other pageants as well.
Okay, beautiful. No, I'm glad that you guys are exploring the horizons. And in your opinion, what do you think makes a pageant successful?
Like my mother said, social media, marketing, putting it all out there. Word of mouth it's a big deal. It's powerful.
Okay.
So definitely social media.
Okay. Yeah.
And I think that's what helped us
Last
Yes.
year.
last year.
Okay. No,
So
that's good. Okay. So then also because you have judged a lot of pageants. What advice would you give to girls when answering questions? Because that's always like they always stress about that
Yo.
part. What advice? And you've been in pageants.
No,
you know?
listen. When it comes to on-stage questions, that your heart just stops and the nerves just kick in.
Yes.
I think it's normal
Mm-hmm.
because you don't expect what the judges are gonna ask. You know, you don't know what questions they ask. So all I do is once you get the question, count until 3, think before talking. Think about what you're gonna say.
Yes.
Take your time, but also don't make your answer lengthy.
Mm-hmm.
Make it short and powerful. That's
Okay.
it.
Cool. So you know with pageantry, there's a lot of sometimes it's like a whole hype on beauty. There's a whole hype on beauty, and I would say confidence as
Yes,
well.
yes.
So I want from both of you to just your own opinion of it. What is beauty and what is self-confidence? We'll start off with beauty first. So how would you describe beauty?
That's a difficult one, actually.
Yeah,
Is it?
It is difficult because we're all beautiful and unique in our own way.
In our own way, definitely. And it's
You
up
know?
to we encourage girls
Yes,
to know.
yes.
You don't have to look at someone
And
like,
there's this stigma of you have to look a certain way to be a model. You have to be skinny. You have to, be
Yeah.
tall. And no,
no, just no.
just no. I'm not tall.
Yeah.
Listen, when I was when I was still doing modeling, I was always the shortest in my category and the smallest. But I used to wear heels like this high just to
Yeah.
get that height. But I think that is what puts a lot of girls down because of the standard that they put out there of how a model should look or should be or should act or should dress.
Yes.
And
It's not like that.
it's just not like that. I always went against that. So
Wow. So you always defy the odds. And then how would you describe confidence in your own way? Because I'm sure for you to be on that stage, you had to have some essence of confidence. Where did you get it from?
At first, I wasn't confident at all.
No, she wasn't. It was very difficult.
I was a very,
Were you
very
that
shy
mom?
girl.
Handsome, smile,
I
smile.
was extremely
Were
shy.
you that mom? No, you weren't.
No,
Okay.
extremely shy. But as time went on, I gained a lot of confidence. While
Yeah, she did.
the more pageants I entered, more
The more
confidence
confidence you
came.
gain, yes.
So it's a process, but you do
Yeah,
get used to it.
and I was very tough on her when we started in the pageant industry. When I say cutthroat, I was one of the worst pageant moms ever because she would go for training and
Okay.
I would still train her at home. So Bodine's life was school, modeling, training. That was it. And that was all.
That's it.
She wasn't even allowed to partake in sports at school.
I couldn't even get a bicycle. I couldn't even get a bicycle because my father didn't want no scratches or anything on my legs. No marks, nothing.
No, you were really a pageant girl. Oh my
Yeah,
word.
no, when we entered into this pageant industry, we took this thing seriously. We took it head on. And like she said, she was very shy. Bodine would get off the stage and come and sit on my lap and I would hold her like a little baby.
No.
Up until the age of 12, 13, she still did it. And like I say, and when we started, Bodine was one of 3-4 colored girls that was in the industry. So for us it was hard.
We always
For
have
us,
to.
we had
We
to-
always have to put that extra.
effort.
250%
Yes.
harder in effort and everything that we did because everybody else that we got there was in the industry and the newbies coming in and Bodine started taking the industry by storm. My child was hated. But it was one of those things. She was literally, the mothers with Bodine would go into a changing room and go and change her clothes. The mothers would tell the daughters not to even look at
Don't
her.
look at me. Don't talk to me.
Don't talk to her. Don't
Spicy.
look at her. So that is why I tell you, this industry is a cutthroat business. You've got to have a heart. You've got to have a heart to be in this industry. You can't just come and sit there and think that, okay, my child is one of the best and then she doesn't take a place. And then you want to come and perform and carry on. You know how most mothers are?
Yeah.
I was one of them. I'm not gonna lie. I was one of them. I would think she did her utmost best this pageant and she didn't even place. And you know, that is why at Miss Kelly's as well, we make sure that they you have the raw score sheets to check where your child made mistakes and things.
Okay.
I have professional judges on my panel. I would not take a small child to go and judge a pageant because it's not something that I would do, because a child doesn't know the further details of the pageant.
Yes.
Not because she's won a pageant, now she's got to sit on the panel of judges. No, it doesn't work that way.
Okay.
It doesn't, not at all.
And then because you've been so good at, pageantry, what would you say is your edge? What gives you an edge in your pageantry? When you were a model, what is it that made you so good at it? What do you think made you good at pageantry?
I always used to get complimented on how elegant I am. So I think that was the edge for me.
Is elegance trained? Do you think it's like how you walk?
Yes,
it's in that, those
definitely.
type of things?
How I walk, how I turn on stage.
Natural, yeah.
You know,
And especially how you carry yourself
yes,
as
how
well.
you carry yourself, definitely.
And also, the question that you asked now, your biggest supporters are the ones that push you to that edge. So if your parents are there rooting you on and giving you their all, that is the most amazing edge or confidence that you can get.
Yes.
And the confidence, you also asked the question about confidence. Confidence is key. Confidence is something that you get from your family. Confidence is something that is installed in you. You can be there, and I can have the confidence now. Like, I was not confident sitting here today. I do not like talking a lot. But now, today, look at me.
Yeah, look at you now.
Yeah, I'm that person. You ask me a question, I will answer it, and that is it. But, yeah.
And in
Here
this
you are.
industry, support structures, it's
It's,
key.
it
You
plays
need-
the biggest
you need
part.
Yes.
support.
And I can tell that your mother's support and guidance has really brought
Definitely, because
you.
this industry can make you or break you, eh?
Yeah,
It can
true,
make you or break
true
you.
story.
True story.
True
And that is
story.
why also with a lot of girls who come for advice or whatever, and I always tell them, listen, yeah, you're not always going to win. And that is where I live by win gracefully, lose
Lose
gracefully.
gracefully.
That's it.
And you have taken a few losses before?
Yes, plenty.
Plenty. I'm happy you can admit it like that.
Plenty.
Because at the end of the day, it's your losses that count, because they push you to
and
win.
you learn from them.
Exactly. So then, Shiruddin, mom, the mom, can you give us some encouragement for young girls, that are maybe shy, a little bit insecure, they want to go into pageantry? What advice would you give them? Some upliftment.
All that you need to do is be yourself. There's a lot of girls that come into the industry and then take this thing to head.
Oh.
So what they do, I'm better than you and stuff like that. That doesn't work that way. This industry, like I said, and Bodine also said, it will either make you or break you.
Yeah.
Because now you want to carry yourself as if you're better than somebody else, which you're not. You're only better than yourself.
Yeah.
So in this industry, all that I can tell people to do is, if you want to, welcome to. But you're going to have to be strong when you're in this industry. This is one of the worst industries to be in. I'm not going to tell you it's the best industry to be in, because it's not.
Okay.
It's not. Like I tell a lot of people, you got to have hair on your teeth to be in this industry. You got to have that drive. You got to have that fight. With Bodine as well, she and I fought permanently. I was there to support her, but I was also there to carry her, to push her to be the best that she could be.
Okay.
Not the best that somebody else could be.
And I like what you said, you can only be better than yourself.
Yeah,
In
you can
other
only be
words,
better than yourself.
The greatest competition is
Is
within yourself.
yourself.
Exactly. Yeah.
Comparing
Exactly.
yourself to other people will not work. What would you say in terms of advice for young girls who want to go into pageantry?
Your only competition is yourself.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Once you start comparing yourself, that's where your downfall is. And
Even like backstage, when you're backstage and you look at other girls like, yo,
exactly.
that dress,
And that was
already.
and that was me. I never used to compare myself to anybody in this industry. I always knew that I have to work harder to be better.
Yes,
You know?
definitely.
So yeah, just
And-
don't compare yourself to anybody else.
And I'm sure you're proud of your mom's proud of you, because you
I
guys are
definitely
such
am.
you guys are such a good duo, like a bond between mother and daughter. That's why you can fight. You can fight with the organizing and directing, but you're gonna see each other again and be like, my daughter, my mom, it
Yeah.
can't go away. So I hope you guys keep this bond
No,
forever.
definitely.
Definitely. When they see my mother, they see me. When they see me, they see me.
It should be
That's
like
how
that.
it
It
is.
should be like that. It was so nice having you guys here. I just want you, if you have any, like social media or anything that you want to advertise, you can look into that camera or that camera? I don't know who'll do it. Will you do it or your?
Both of us. Okay. She started the whole Miss Kelly's thing. I wasn't even aware about it. I just saw it on social media and I was like, everyone's sharing. I didn't even ask who made the poster.
Okay, you actually looking at him. I actually approached Gilbert because I love the poster that he did for this Miss Inter Pageant essay. So I asked him for help, and I'm actually in love with my poster for the Miss Kelly. And then I didn't even tell her that I'm doing this where.
And I was like, okay, let me run with it. I'll start sharing.
The thing is, I posted last week, and I said to them that's like new entries coming, new age categories coming into the pageant, and then and I said entries will be out by next week. I didn't even know how I'm going to get it out by the next week. And I said to Gilbert, I need your help, and he was on board, and he's been awesome since.
Thank you, Mr. Gilbert.
Thank you.
Okay, so can you tell us about the next, maybe like the upcoming pageants, just emphasize the categories again for people who want to enter, all that information you can share.
Okay, Miss Kelly's is going to be held on the 30th of November. The closing date is on the 31st of July. The reason why I'm closing the dates then, there is going to be workshops done.
Okay.
There is going to be photo shoots done. There is also going to be interviews done. So, and we're going to be running a sponsorship as well this year. Okay. So, the categories that we're bringing in is the preteen, the 10 to 12 category. Okay. The 13 to 15 category. It was the 13 to 16, sorry. Yeah. 13 to 16, that is the teen category. Then the Miss Kelly's is 17 to 28, which is the Miss Kelly's itself. And then we brought in the Yummy Mummies. We're not categorizing that one at all. Okay. So any yummy mummy. Any Yummy Mummy that feels that she's got what it takes to be the Yummy Mummy Miss Kelly's,
and we need all of them to come out because they've been asking. They've been asking.
Yeah, they've been asking for years. So that is why I decided this is what I want to do this year.
Okay. And then just one last question. With the Miss Kelly's vision and both of your vision in organizing and directing a pageant, what is the vision of Miss Kelly's? And even with like the Yummy Mummies and the other categories that you have in, just tell me, what is your vision? What do you look forward to imparting into women?
This is Miss Kelly's. When it started, it was an upliftment program for women. So that is what we want to also carry on with. Yes. It's actually more for our communities. And for our women that are going through the most. Okay. Yeah. And that we can maybe be there for each other. Yeah. You meet so many people in the modeling industry, like Bo, the Miss South Africas that we have now. Those are all her friends. They've competed together. Oh. So nice. Bodine's met so many people in this industry. You meet so many people that is going to be there for you. People that are going to be there when you least expect it.
That encourage you and
that will encourage you, and and that's going to be in your inbox and say to you, hey girl, I love the way you looked, or today is your day. People that are going to be there no matter what. And this is how we've met so many people. We've met people from Cape Town, Durban, and we've actually become close friends, bonds. We've made bonds with people that we've never thought that we would befriend, but we did.
That's beautiful.
It is.
So it's about creating a platform, exposure, and sisterhood. You know,
yes. There's too much hate going around. We need to
true.
unite as women.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Do you guys have any last words that you might want to share? Anything you want to say?
Nothing much, but all I'm going to say is thank you for the entries for Miss Inter Pageant. I'm one of the directors as well.
Yeah, Inter Pageant coming through.
And also, if you need any other information on Miss Kelly's or
Miss Inter Pageant.
Miss Inter Pageant, sorry. There is Facebook.
There's Facebook.
We're on Facebook. Just search for Miss Kelly's.
Our numbers are on the page as well.
Yes,
our
on
numbers
Instagram
are on
as well. Yeah. So any other information?
So now our audience knows Miss Kelly's is in the house.
Yes.
Guys, it's gonna be flames. It's gonna be fire.
And this duo is a powerhouse, so watch out for us.
Hey, see, let me hide. I wasn't part of this.
No, there's one thing about us. When we put something in, we expect that wowness from our girls. So
definitely,
I am that pageant director that's going to push. I would actually inbox girls and tell them, you've got this. Yeah, this is on you. If you're going to lose this pageant, it's on you. So I'm not there to spoon feed anybody. Okay, because I know I've got the best girls entering Miss Inter,
Yeah, you
Miss
see
Inter
now.
pageant.
So yeah, the audience knows. So the Miss Inter pageant, for those who don't know, is a combination of top nominated girls from other pageants. So if you were in the top 10, or if the director or organizers of a certain pageant think that you have the potential to partake in Miss Inter pageant South Africa, that's where you come, and they all will be competing for one crown.
Yes.
So we have ladies from Miss Kelly's, Miss Boxburg, Summertime, Miss Excellency, Miss Youth Unified. There are many others if I didn't mention, I'm so sorry. Also Miss Joburg South, let me not forget that one. But yes, we're looking forward to everyone that will be competing there. And for now, I'm going to say thank you guys for watching.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's nice having
Thank
the
you for
Miss
having
Kelly's
us.
duo on here. Thank you
Thank
so
you
much.
so
A
much.
pleasure. It's a pleasure. And to our viewers, thank you guys for watching. We hope to see you guys in the next episode. For now, it's bye.
Bye.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Pageant Perspective podcast, where we go beyond the sesh, unveiling stories and celebrating beauty. I'm your host Candace Freeman, and today I'm here with the beautiful Larisse Lyle. Yay! Larisse, how are you today?
I'm well, thanks, and yourself, Candace.
I'm good, thank you. Can you please introduce yourself to our audience?
Hello, everybody. I am Larisse Lyle, as Candace has mentioned, a 23-year-old industrial psychology student in my final year at the University of South Africa. I started pageantry, I think, at the age of 9 or 10 years old. So I'm in the industry for about 23 years now.
Okay.
I enjoy hockey. I do ballet as an extramural as well. I work as a wages clerk, payroll assistant. I think that's about it.
Wow. So you actually do ballet?
Yes, I do.
That's so beautiful. So you do the whole tiptoe thing. Do you do the toes yet? Are you there yet?
Yes, and I started it last year. So I like to challenge myself.
That's beautiful.
Yes, I
So
started.
can you start off with what interested you with pageantry? How did it come about?
So nothing interested me about pageantry. I never said this is what I wanted to do. I entered a local competition. It was Reiger Park Talent Show at the time, hosted by our community center to keep children out of drugs
And things
and
like that.
things
yeah.
like that. And Renata Grant scouted me to join our modeling school, me and my aunt. I think she gave us a 6-month contract, and that is how I started modeling.
That's how you started.
Yes.
And since then you've just been going and going and going. Have you always won like every pageant?
No, definitely not. I think it took me about 3-4 years to win my first competition, if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember
Okay.
exactly, but it took me some time. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
What would you say you love the most about pageantry?
Definitely not the getting up in the morning to get done or to get to a place. I think my modeling teacher can attest to that. It was
Yeah.
the worst part, me getting up to get done. But my best, I think, was the dressing up. The moment on stage, you're so nervous before the time, but the moment you get on that stage, you just feel so different.
Yeah.
It's just a moment that you can't explain. And that was nice for me. It was like a moment away from reality.
That's beautiful, right? It's like when you're on the stage, there's nothing else around
Around
you.
you, yes.
Just focus.
There's a
on
lot
it.
of people around you, yes, but if you really zone into
Yeah.
what you're doing, there's like nobody around you.
Okay.
You're just enjoying the moment.
Okay, so we're going to try and go down with like your titles that you've won. Maybe you can remember all of them.
Definitely not, there's too many of them, but I can mention a few titles that I remember that I think were highlights in my pageant career, if you want to call it that way. The one was Miss High School South Africa.
Which
And
year
then-
was that?
I'm
20
not sure. I think it was 2017 or 2016, a year before I did my matric year. Not sure exactly what year it was.
Okay.
And then Miss Northern Gauteng,
All right.
which I think was 2018. I'm not very sure about the dates. And then there was Miss Kelly's in 2020. And then Miss Teen Universe South Africa. There's just a few of the many.
So you've had quite a long journey in pageantry, am I
Yes.
right? What would you say was your greatest high in pageantry and your lowest low?
I think was the year I won was Northern Gauteng.
That was your greatest high?
Yes, for me and my teacher. I think because it was one of the best pageants at the time.
Okay.
And that we didn't expect the win. We really didn't expect the win. So that was really a moment for me in pageantry. I think that was my first high, if I can put it that way. And my low was going to a competition the next week and not placing.
Yo!
Yes,
Like
that's the behind the scenes, as you say. You unfolding what goes on in
Yes,
pageantry, you understand?
yeah.
And that was the reality that a week after I won one of the biggest titles at the time,
Yes.
a week later I did not place. I think I was crowned the best upcoming model.
Yes.
That's like the
Best
worst person in the
what?
competition. Yes. So that's what happens in pageantry. Sometimes it really breaks your confidence. But if you have someone behind you that's motivating you and keeping you strong, I think you'll make it.
What are some key factors that have made you successful in pageantry? Like what gives you an edge?
A key factor number one is having a proper support system. Besides the age, if you have a proper support system, you have the confidence that you need because you know there's people that's backing you up.
Yeah.
So also having a proper coach, knowing what they're doing. If you have confidence in the person that's training you, you automatically have confidence in yourself.
Yes.
But I think my smile is my X factor.
Yeah.
I think I have a very dull face if you look at me.
You think
No,
so?
not dull, but the moment I smile, it just brightens up a room. It sounds
I
cliche,
see,
but
okay.
do you understand what I'm saying? So when you step onto stage, you don't always step on with a smile. But the moment you smile, it's like, I think I invite the judges or the audience with my smile.
And what about your eyes? You have such beautiful eyes, though.
It's not noticeable on stage.
Is it?
Maybe I'm happy today to speak to you. That's why they're so bright.
It's beautiful. I don't know, maybe it's the
Thank you.
sunlight. You don't know.
I think it depends on the mood.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay. So, in pageantry, we always, people are sometimes put into a box of this is beauty or
Yes.
this is how you should be looking and stuff like that. But in your own words, how would you describe beauty?
I think beauty to me has always been someone with humility, someone that thinks for the next person and that feels for the next person. And before pageantry, before I even started pageantry from a young age, I always want the next person to feel accommodated. Do you understand what I'm saying? And I think that is what beauty is. It comes from the inside because if you don't have a good personality, your outer looks doesn't matter. You automatically become ugly. So for me, that is what beauty is. It's humility. It's being able to care about the next person.
The next person,
Yes.
right? And do you consider yourself, like, have you always been a confident person? Because, when you're on stage, what judges also look for is, like, that confidence.
No, and that is why I took so long to actually succeed in the pageant industry because I never had confidence. My modeling teacher trained me into getting confidence. I don't know how, but eventually after many years, she got me to become confident. I was never a confident child in anything that I did. And modeling also helped me a lot in a lot of areas of my life.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So, okay, have you done journey pageants? Like those ones that they've like...
Yes, Miss High School South Africa was a journey pageant.
and you've also done like once-off, like that one day type of pageant?
Yes, a lot of them. I did a lot of once-off pageant. Miss Teen Universe South Africa was also a journey pageant. And that's another thing that just breaks your confidence, putting so much work. I think those are the confidence breakers. The ones that the journey pageants where you put in so much effort and just goes unnoticed.
Yeah, but I think there's also a lot of growth with journey pageants.
Yes, there
Because
is.
you grow a lot through them.
You meet a lot of people as well, different personalities. You find and discover yourself through other people. That is what I believe.
Yeah.
Because they show you sides of yourself that you never knew you really had.
Which one would you say is more difficult to prepare for the grand finale, the one-day pageants or the journey pageants?
Definitely the journey pageants because you literally be preparing from the day that you enter, you are being watched.
Yeah.
So you need to really your journey determines whether or not you're gonna win or how well you do on the finale.
Yeah.
You know, going one day is not waking up, but you don't really prepare that much for a one-day pageant like you do for a journey pageant.
Okay.
Yes.
So let's say you were supposed to now go into a one-day pageant, maybe like in a week or so. What would you describe as like the winning shoe, winning outfit, and winning hairstyle and makeup?
I think it all depends on your comfortability, your body type. There's a lot of things that go
Yeah, maybe
into
like skin tone. You know, they talk about things
yes,
like that.
but for me, I always liked the dress with a slit because it gave me freedom. I think in many of my pageant dresses, you'll see I always had a open dress for my feet to go straight so the judges can see my feet. I think your legs, how you strut on stage, also gives you that edge, as you asked earlier, because you have nice long legs and the judges can see. They're like, yo, look at those legs. But for me, a dress with a slit, a shoe with a platform, not this one though.
Like
no, it's a heel with a platform is more comfortable. You have more stability on stage. I always think a soft look, especially for stage presence, a soft look so you don't look like someone else. I believe you always need to look like yourself. Yeah, and hair, depending on the type of dress that you're wearing, sometimes to the front, sometimes to the back, but always out of your face so that it doesn't distract you while you're walking.
So you've won a couple of pageants, right? And how would you describe being a pageant girl? You know, in the pageant world itself and also outside at home with people. How would you describe that interaction? Let's start with your reign in pageantry. How has it been for you being a reigning queen? What's it like?
For me personally, my personal experience, it's normal.
Really?
You're still a normal person. You work, it's like you studying towards becoming a teacher. You're still a person. Yes, you more educated on a certain topic now, or you know, you have more experience, but you're still a person. And I think that's what a lot of people also forget, especially society now that you're talking about in comparison. I feel like I'm still a normal person. Yes, I need to set an example, and yes, there's a pressure that people are looking at you. And you need to do good, you need to uphold a certain standard. And I think a lot of time, in many a times, society forgets that you are human.
You're human, yes.
You are supposed to make mistakes. It's part of life. You have your own journey that you need to go on. And I can't direct my own journey. If I have to fall into the wrong crowd tomorrow, I don't know if that is my journey that God has put me on. And I think that is what society forgets. They expect you to be this perfect person.
Yeah.
They have a perception of what a model is supposed to be. Who created the perception? Society.
Society, yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying? So
so they basically keep track of you and what you're doing and
who you going with, where you seen. My modeling teacher always used to say, if you go out, rather just go out in a place that is not your area. Because people are going to speak about you. And those type of things start affecting you in the long run. It did affect me. I will be honest with you. It started affecting my self-confidence. I felt like I needed to become someone that I'm not. You understand? I'm a very outgoing person. I think you can hear from the way I'm speaking and stuff like that. I like speaking. I'm a very bubbly person. But you now have to watch what you say. You have to watch what you do. I can go to events and I don't drink and I don't smoke, but I like people, I like music, I like outdoors. I don't go to the event for funny purposes. I go there to enjoy myself because I'm an outdoor person. I enjoy outside activity. I like people, I like company. That's the type of person that I am. But now because they're going to see me at such a place, they have this perception, oh, she's changing. She's becoming a typical colored, as they would say.
say jive.
Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with dancing.
Yeah.
If dancing makes you happy, I don't believe there's anything wrong with it.
So overall, would you say being a pageant girl is nice?
It is nice. It has its ups, its downs.
Yeah.
Like everything, it has its pros and its cons. I do enjoy it. I think as a woman, it teaches you a lot. It helps you become very firm in who you are. Nobody's going to change my perspective on things, and that is something that I learned in the industry. You need to be so strong that when someone comes in and their hair is in a bun and they look nice, you need to know that you're not going to look nice in that bun. You need to be so firm in who you are. If her walk is this way, doesn't mean I need to change my walk, because what works for you doesn't work for the next person. So that's what I think. So pageantry is a good thing, I think. I didn't only enjoy it, but it built my character as a woman. And it helped me stay stable in life, if I can put it that way.
See.
Yes.
What do you think judges look for in a queen?
I think there's just that presence on stage. If there's different, whether it's a day pageant or if it's a journey pageant, there's different things that they look for, definitely. But in a day pageant, from what I've experienced, you just see someone on stage that wants something. You can pick it up, the personality, the walk, the aura on stage just tells you this person is here and they want that title, and it pulls you as a judge. And grooming, if someone is well put together, they groom, they prepared for the pageant.
Yeah.
That is another thing. Preparing for a one-day pageant is doing your nails, doing your hair, making sure your hair is clean. You put in the effort, and that is what I think a judge looks for. But there's just that stage presence that some girls have, that you're like, this girl is really here to win.
Okay, so you did mention that you sort of on like a short break because you're studying, you're working. Are you on a short break?
Not a short break. So after entering Miss Teen Universe South Africa, I stopped pageantry because I have long-term goals. I did enter Miss South Africa. I think it was last year or the year before. And I decided to take a break to figure out the reason why I'm doing Miss South Africa, the reason why I want to. Is it for people? Is it for family?
Looking for your why.
Yes. Is this still the direction that I want to go on? So that is the reason I actually took a break, to understand why I'm doing what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Definitely. That's actually, it's like soul searching basically.
Yes, it is, because you know that this is what you want to do, but at some point you need to ask yourself, am I doing it for myself or am I doing it for people? Am I doing it because people have this expectation that I need to, because doing pageantry in school, everyone is like, you're going to be the next Miss South Africa. And that thing plays in your mind, and you feel like you feel indebted to people's opinion. You feel like you need to make people proud, because if you don't become the next Miss South Africa, you're letting so many people down. And it starts playing with your emotions. So that's why I had to take a step back to realize, to ask myself, am I doing it for me? Am I doing it for the people that are waiting for me to become Miss SA? Am I doing it for my modeling teacher? Am I doing it for family? Who am I doing it for?
Sure.
And that's why I took a break.
And these are like pressures that people don't know that
they're putting on you.
Put
Yes.
on you, and they don't know we experience this. The outside world. I think everyone experiences pressure,
Yes.
but people so often put it on someone else. They always put this expectation on other people.
Yes, but if the table turns, it's not nice when you're receiving the pressure. I think we all do it. You do it, I do it. But I don't think we realize how much it affects us.
Yeah.
And I think studying psychology also helped me understand a lot of myself, a lot of the pressures that I've been dealing with in the modeling industry, like how it psychologically affects you, looking at the next girl. Oh, she has longer hair than mine. Is she going to win because of her hair? And those are things that happen in the modeling industry, because there's some people that are really biased in that sense. Because someone has longer hair than yours, they're going to win. Because someone is this person's child, it makes you win. That's the reality, like in any other industry.
So what do you think we can maybe expect from you in the next 3-5 years?
Definitely on a larger platform.
A larger platform. So you
Not
still...
even 3. Give me the next 2 to 3 years.
Okay,
yes.
we're giving you time.
Yes, I'm 23, so the time is a bit,
it's ticking.
Yes, it's ticking. I'm just focusing on finishing my degree. Like I said, I started ballet last year, so it's quite a challenge. It's something that I really need to put my focus into. I thought it's going to be an easy sport. It's not an easy sport at all.
It's not at all.
So that also helped me figure out what I really want to do. It shifted my mind from the modeling, focusing on something else, but then there's still this thing in your mind lingering, modeling. I have this goal for myself, and that's how I realized that I'm actually doing it for me. Yes.
And it's also because you've been successful in it. That's why it's always going to have that hold on you, like maybe I can go further.
No, I actually don't have that maybe I can go further. I just have this thing that I know it is for me.
Wow.
It is for me. It's not even like I need to...
Prove a
Because
point
I was
or
good in
anything.
hockey as well. There's a lot of things that I'm good in. I'm good in business, but there's just that specific thing that you have that tells you, no, this is for me. I need to
Pursue
do
it.
something. Yes.
You have to pursue it. That's
Yes.
true. For any young girls that want to go into pageantry, what advice would you give to them?
Put on your big girl panties. I think
Yeah.
you need to really have a strong personality if you want to go into the modeling industry, and you need to have a good support system. Without a good support system, you can really the industry can break you. Because you're constantly comparing yourself, because that is what modeling is. You literally comparing, you being judged like, are you the best? But you need to know that you're the best,
Yeah.
regardless of whether you win or not. I think, yeah, if you have the confidence and you feel like it's for you, go for it. You can only win, you can only learn from it. There's not really a downfall to modeling besides the fact that you're being judged from the next person, but you can only grow in the industry. It teaches you a lot. You build a lot of families, a lot of relationships. I think, as you saw when I came in for the interview,
Yes,
you know,
you're
a lot of
greeting
people are like,
everyone, yeah.
hi, oh yes, I remember you, people remember you. And I think always leave, if you go into the industry, in any industry besides modeling, just leave a good impression.
Definitely.
That's all you need
Because
to
you're
do.
studying psychology, I think I should ask you this question. What connotation attached to pageantry would you like to change?
What I mentioned earlier on, that pageant girls are still human. They still make mistakes in life. As much as you are human and you do certain things, you have a journey that you need to follow. The same applies to that girl.
Yes.
So I think that's the thing. Yeah,
Yeah. Larisse, Lyle, thank you so much for joining us today.
it's a pleasure. Thank you for having me, Candace.
Awesome. And to our lovely audience out there, thank you guys so much for watching. For now, that's all from me, Candace Freeman. See you on our next episode of the Pageant Perspective podcast. Bye. Hello everyone and welcome to the Pageant Perspective podcast, Beyond the Sash, unveiling stories and celebrating beauty. Today I'm here with the elegant African beauty herself, Sipe Sitle. Ladies and gentlemen, woo! Drum roll! Sipe Sitle, how are you?
I'm good, thanks, and yourself?
I'm good, thanks. So you were here previously.
Yes.
You're here again. Thank you so much for honoring us
It's a pleasure.
with your presence. Can you just introduce yourself to the audience again?
Hello, hi everybody. My name is Sifesihle Ngalungulu. I'm 22 years old and I'm from Boksburg in the East End. I am a pageant, commercial, runway, everything modeling you can think of. I'm there. I've done quite a few runway shows, both international and local. The local shows that I've done are New Romantics, Pink Fashion Show, and for international I did LA Fashion Week as well as New York Fashion Week. For commercial I did an ad sometime last year with Steers and Adidas.
Okay, you've been around. My
Yes.
second question was going to be if you could tell us a little bit about your pageantry journey. So can you tell us where you started and where you are now?
So my pageantry journey started back in 2010 and I was in grade 3.
What?
So,
Grade 3?
Grade 3. I was in grade 3
Start
and
early. I just want to tell the audience, start early.
start early because you will get used to it.
Yeah.
The nerves, obviously you do get nervous, but like you sort of kind of get used to it at some point.
Yes.
So it started back in 2010. I attended a school called Model Private School, and no, it had nothing to do with modeling. It was just a name. So it was a school pageant, and I actually won, and it was my first time.
Okay.
I got first princess, which was such a big deal because I didn't have the necessary dress, the necessary shoes, you know. Like I think I had just like basic
Yes,
dress,
attire,
basic,
stuff,
yeah,
yeah.
that was that. And I was so shocked that I actually placed hay because the competition was so tough. But we made it through because why? We got God on our side.
Yes.
And then after high school pageants, I took a break from modeling
Okay.
because I wanted to focus on school. And then after I finished school, I went for Miss Boksburg. Entered Miss Boxburg for the first time. I did not place. I was in the
Really?
top 5, but I didn't place to the top 3.
Wow.
Obviously, it sting because you know you want to win,
win,
but
yes.
you know what? Just having a powerful community and a director that's so welcoming, she encouraged me to come back and fight again. And
Okay.
when I came back in 2021, that's when I actually won second
Oh,
princess
congrats.
and best personality.
Mm.
And then after Miss Boxburg, I entered Miss Destiny South Africa, where I also placed there as second runner up. And then the star of the show, my first baby, Miss
Yes.
Youth National. Oh, I won Miss Youth National 2021, and
Beautiful.
it was so amazing. And then we are here now,
Yes, Miss Business
Miss
Global.
Business Global.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about Miss Global Business and why did you decide to partake in it?
So, fun fact, I was actually nominated
Okay.
to be Miss Business Global, mainly
To represent South Africa.
yes, to represent South Africa in Vietnam.
Oh.
So they chose me based on my work ethic and my performance, based on my previous work, previous competitions, and obviously the things that I have been able to accomplish for myself without the help of an agency and so forth. Because all of the New York and all of that's all me. Yes, so I think that's why they chose me, and also how I carry myself.
No, I think you're definitely gifted. You know, even just how you're conveying your journey in pageantry, naming everything. I can see that you're intentional and you keep up with what you're doing. So that in itself is beautiful.
Right?
It's glorious, very much.
Thank
So
you.
with Miss Business Global, you mentioned that it's in Vietnam. Are you excited?
Yes, I'm so excited. I always enjoy opportunities for modeling that require me to go to another country because I do love traveling. So just going to another country doing something that I love is so amazing.
And representing your country also.
Oh, I feel like Miss Universe.
You know, you can feel it.
Already, I'm Zozibini.
So it's in Vietnam. Can you tell me how big this pageant is? Is it big?
It is very big. According to my knowledge, I think it started sometime last year.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think this is the second edition. I watched the show, I saw how it goes, and I wouldn't say I feel pressure, but I am excited. So it's a very big competition, consists of a whole lot of different countries, be it from Africa, Asia, all of them.
All
We are
around
going
the
to
world.
be there, yes.
Has there been previous South African contestants?
Yes,
There
there has.
And you are also next.
The first black.
Yes. Okay, girl. And then with the competition, what do you think you will bring to the competition? What will give you the edge to say, listen, I'm here to win?
I think it's my age.
Your age.
Yes, firstly my age, because I've realized people that entered the competition are like 25 and older, and I'm the youngest. So seeing that I have understood and stepped into my purpose at a very young age, it will give them that, okay, you know what, you don't need to be a certain age for you to have a great impact. At a young age, you can literally be the president. If you have the right intentions.
Okay.
Yes.
There's one thing, maybe you can just share a little bit of knowledge on it. What is the purpose of Miss Global Miss Business Global, sorry.
So it's basically integrating modeling and business. So there I have to be showcasing and presenting my business idea, which you guys will find out when you are in Vietnam. So I will be presenting my business idea, and if they do like it, they might help me bring it into reality. So that's the whole mantra, to help small people or small businesses become to manifest into reality.
And even to start it off, even.
Yes.
That's beautiful. So when are you leaving for Vietnam?
In June, in the first week of June, I'll be there for 10 days. I
10
can't
days.
wait.
You can't wait. I hope you'll be sharing some of your footage, you know, you're like, look at this building, guys.
I even bought a camera to say, hey, welcome to my YouTube channel.
Just to tell the audience, she was here with the camera. Like, Please, can you take me? Can you take me?
Day one, this is what we ate, this is what we did, that is
Yeah.
going to be me. And I even bought outfits.
You there?
I am
You're
that
so
ready.
for it.
I
It's
can't
so
wait.
Exciting! It's so exciting. What do you look forward to the most when you're in Vietnam?
The culture.
The culture.
I can't wait to taste their food. And I saw that they're very big on noodles. And I love noodles, especially, I don't know what they call those spicy noodles.
Yes,
I
yes,
love
yes.
them.
I'm sure their noodles isn't like our regular noodles. I'm sure it's like top tier type of
For
noodles.
sure. And I'm sure the heat is on some.
Yeah. So
So
that's what you're looking forward to
I
most.
can't wait to meet the girlies as well, because I am an introvert by birth, so socializing is a bit of a struggle for me. But now, putting myself in a position where now I have to come out of my box, it excites me.
Exciting,
Yeah.
What are you currently busy with that's leading up to your trip to Vietnam?
So we are going to be doing, as the organization, and myself included, we are going to be doing some media coverages, some radio interviews, newspapers, editorial shoots, and also be on the lookout on my Instagram because I will be posting fire content.
Do you want to, before we end the conversation, would you like to share some of your details, on social media with
Yes.
the audience?
You can follow me on I only have Instagram and Facebook. So on Instagram, it's Sipesihle with one H. It's Sipesihle Sipesihle Ngalungulu. And then on Facebook, it's Sipesihle Masuku.
Nice. And you're also staying for like a photo shoot, so we're really looking forward to your pictures.
Oh, the content is going to be amazing.
This is African elegance, everyone.
Listen, Marilyn Monroe.
You know what I mean? Thank you so much for coming. We
Thank
really
you for
appreciate that
having
you could come
me.
here a second time.
I could come back again and again and again. I
You know
don't
what?
mind.
Another accomplishment, another sash.
Of course,
crown.
another runway. Oh, September we're going to New York Fashion Week, so maybe before I go,
Yay.
I might just come.
Guys, the excitement is on a high here. Like, I can feel the excitement so much. To our audience, a great thank you for watching. Thank you guys for watching our episodes. Thank you for following us. We really appreciate it. Catch us on our next episode on the Pageant Perspective podcast. For now, it's goodbye. Hello everyone and welcome to the Pageant Perspective podcast where we go beyond the sesh, unveiling stories and celebrating beauty. I'm your host Candace Freeman and today I'm joined by three lovely ladies from All Star Model Academy in Alberton. Ladies, welcome. Thank you guys so much for being here.
Thank you for inviting
All right,
us.
it's a pleasure. So I'll first start with the coach. So can you please introduce yourself to the audience?
Thank you so much. I'm Lizanne Guinness. I am from Alberton. I'm originally from Cape Town. I've been in Johannesburg for about 8-9 years now. I am a mother of 2 young adults, not teenagers anymore, young adults.
Okay.
My son is 37 actually today.
Yes.
And then I've got an adorable husband that really adores me. Sometimes I don't know how he keeps up with me, but he does. And that's about it. And I love modeling in the industry. I've been in the modeling industry for many, many years. I don't want to say how many years because that will just take my give away my age. And that's about it, yes.
Yes, happy birthday to your son, by the way.
Thank you so much.
And thank you for boring your mother to us. And then we'll go over to Chanel.
Hi, I am Chanel Herman, a 21-year-old from Glen Vista. I've been doing modeling for 15 years. Some of my more notable titles being Miss KwaZulu-Natal 2012, 2013, as well as 2015.
Wow. You wait for it, girl. You wait for it.
And last year I was crowned Miss Globe South Africa.
Beautiful. And then over to you.
Hi, I'm Chloe Westhuizen. I'm 14 years old and I'm from Alberton and I started modeling last year.
Just last year, ladies and gentlemen, and she already has that beautiful sash on her shoulders. Okay, so we're going to start with Coach Luzon. I want to know how you started pageantry.
Pageantry started, like I said, many years ago. Before I actually went into into pageantry or the modeling or the ramps or pageants like that, we were doing more like advertising in magazines, like photo shoots and those type of things.
Yes.
And then it was actually one of my son's friends long ago in Cape Town. And then she did a pageant, a fun pageant actually, to raise funds for her. Actually, that time was also for Miss Junior South Africa. Yes.
Yeah.
And then she looked at my daughter, and my daughter was still very young or whatever, and my daughter was a total tomboy.
Yeah.
You won't see her in high heels, things like that. And then she asked me if we don't want to enter, and I said, no, there's no way. This child is she's a tomboy. There's no way she's going to wear high heels. But anyway, to make a long story short, they like trained her for about 2 days or something, just like a crash course.
Wow.
And she did the pageant for fun, because it was for a good cause, it was for fundraising.
Yes.
And she got first princess. And ever since, like in Afrikaans, you say to byna goggaatjie. And ever since, so she got a free class at our previous, at that time, our morning school in Cape Town. And then that is how we started getting into it. And then, that's how we entered the modeling industry. And then I started doing it for fun with her. And then it was judging, at the end of the day of the few titles with her and with me, and then my son joined, and it was a whole family thing at the end of the day. So
and you did say that you've won a lot of titles, and now please mention.
Well, I'm Mrs. Obviously, I'm in the older group and in the Mrs. group. So, but for all these years, I've got about over 300 titles as Mrs. Most of them are like fun pageants we did for. Most of it's charities, because we're very into charity orientated and things. So most of them are like for fun competitions and just being good fun with the children and things like that. And then, but my biggest titles are Miss Tourism South Africa. I think it was in 2017, that was like 4 or 5 years ago. And then I've got Mrs. Best Model, South Africa as well. That was, I think, a year before Mrs. Tourism. Miss Supreme Queen. So I've got a few big ones, but like I said, I can't remember now. That's a couple of years ago. But I've got.
So you do have some judging experience, and you're currently a coach.
Yes.
I want to hear from the girls. How's she like as a coach? Is she fun? She seems very fun. Like the funnest person when you're on stage. That's my girl. I'm sure that's what she does. Okay, Chanel, can you please tell us what motivated you to step into pageantry?
So it's actually a funny story. I competed in a modeling competition hosted by my primary school. So I was only 6 years old and I came second. So after the competition, a lady came up to myself and my grandparents, and she said she saw a real potential in me and she wanted me to join a modeling school. And like Luzanne said, die goggaatjie het gebyt.
Okay, and then you, how did you get it? What motivated you to step into pageantry?
Shall we be honest here?
So my sister forced me. Okay, but my sister did Miss Junior SA last year, and my mom said, must we enter Chloe? And then my sister said yes, and they called me from my room, and then they asked, do I want to join? I'm like, okay. But I was scared, but I knew it was.
That's what a sister's for. We say all the sisters, they do these things.
Exactly. But look how far she's come out.
She's doing great.
And you've got her back.
I do always.
Okay, so can I just see what title it is that you have here?
So this is our finalist sash for Miss Junior South Africa.
Can you tell us how this experience was? What was your highest and lowest moment during this pageant?
So this particular pageant I have done a few times. Especially last year it was amazing. It was an amazing experience. I mean, my sister was there with me for the first time. But it is a 3-day pageant, so like you said, there are highs and lows. Walking into those doors the first day, it's amazing. It's an amazing feeling. I mean, it's been a dream of mine to win this pageant and to walk away with a title from this pageant. And it was amazing, but the days do get long, but you have to stick it out.
Yes, I can't imagine having to wake up after 3 days after each other. It's a lot. And then with you, how was it? I know you were forced, but how was it for you? How did you feel about it?
I was scared at first because I didn't know what to do because it was my first modeling. But
Did you enjoy it? Was it enjoyable? So it wasn't that bad. Your sister forced you, but at the end of the day, you were like, I got this, big sis.
But I didn't know what's happening because it's my first modeling.
Yes.
but now I know how it's going to be and I feel comfortable.
And it was a good start for your next, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure
And
you're
now
gonna
she's saying back with a bang.
right. So I want to know from you, Chanel, what would you think gives you an edge? What makes you a good model? And especially you can maybe refer to this one, but overall, what do you think makes you successful in pageantry?
Thank you. I believe what gives me an edge in competitions such as these is my good heart. I always look for the best in people. I always try to include everyone. I'm very humble, and I know that even if I don't win this competition, there's always something better and bigger waiting.
That's a very good attitude. You know, sometimes when girls go into competitions, then they think, I want to win this competition, and if they don't win, they're so disappointed. But you have to look at what you overcame to take part in that competition.
Exactly.
You know, how you interacted with people, how you made the next person feel, and things like that.
That's
I want to
very
know
true.
from you, Coach Lizanne, because you say you do have some judging experience.
Yes.
How does judging work? How do they, judge girls? What do they look at? How does that whole process work?
And every competition, every organizer's got their own criteria.
Oh, okay.
But most of the time, 95% of the criteria are the same. It's your brand skills, your technique, your posture. You need obviously have to look like, your posture. Need to look like a beauty queen. You need to know what you're doing. You can, there's a lot of girls that's beginners maybe, but you as a judge, you can immediately pick it up. And then, when you judge as well, I always say for the parents afterwards, I always tell them, don't take it as criticism. Whatever we comment there, because your child is there for a reason. She loves it. She likes it. She might be a beginner, but there's so much potential, and they mustn't take whatever comments we give as a judge. They must take it as experience and take that comments and work with those comments, because that is why we comment something is, and it is not criticism, it's to help them and to improve them. But the most important thing is what they look at, like I say, is eye contact. You need to interact with the judges. You need to look relaxed. Sorry, you need to look relaxed. You need to show the judges you are really having fun on stage. You've got that confidence and you're having fun, and this is, I've got this, I'm just having a joy on the stage or whatever. And then obviously very important, you need to interact with the spectators as well, because they're cheering, mom and dad and granny and everybody's there. They cheer for you, but you also need to interact with them. So, have a look at them, laugh, not like laugh, but smile, but look natural as well. You need to be yourself. And that is the most important thing. And obviously your dress sense. Very important, but I always tell the girls, you don't need to be rich. You don't need to be full of money or whatever. Your outfit doesn't need to be 10,000, 20,000 rand. Because that is what most people think, this is too much. I can't afford it. You can take a 300-400 rand outfit, and what I usually use the word modify. You just modify that whole outfit and it actually looks like a 2,000 rand outfit. So you can just be creative, and if you're not creative, go to someone or a dressmaker or whatever and help you, but it doesn't have to be very expensive. But like I said, it is nice when a girl comes on stage, it's like, oh wow, she looks nice. But the price or whatever
of the dress doesn't matter
at all. And like I said, the eye contact, the grooming is very important. I'm a pain in the for grooming, I'm sorry to say, because my girls needs to look like tip top. So I'm very that is, grooming is very important to me. Yes, and then like I say, the eye contact and the RAM skills. And the RAM skills. So that is basically what judges are looking at. And just have fun.
And have fun, definitely. So Chanel, I just want to know, when you have, the next day is the grand finale, or maybe not the next day, I'm sure you don't prepare the day before, but in preparation for grand finale, how do you choose the shoe, the dress, the hair, the makeup? How do you make a winning outfit?
That is very important. Luckily, we have an amazing coach who helps us with everything. I can tell you, when we go shoe shopping or dress shopping, we have Auntie Luzon on the phone 24/7. And we say, look at this dress, look at this color, and she helps us so well. But I believe if you wear shoes and a dress that you are confident in, then that radiates.
Shoes and a dress that you're confident in. That's beautiful. And then I know, how do you choose? Or does mommy and your sister help you choose?
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite color maybe? Let me
Pink.
Obviously, definitely, yeah, pink is the one, right?
She looks beautiful in pink.
She does. She does look beautiful in pink. You do look gorgeous. And then when you are modeling, I know you just did it for like last year for the first time, but what would you say you enjoyed the most when you were on the stage?
The experience and yeah, it's like to meet more people and
I think that's what a lot of girls actually say, like meeting new people, getting their exposure, experiencing different places.
Yes.
It just makes the whole pageant feel like fun. It's like a cherry on top for everything.
That's very
Besides
true.
the makeup and the dresses and the heels, that's what it is. It's just the cherry on top to everything. I want to know from you, where do you think you'll be going after this? Maybe soon, in a few years, 5 years?
So I do have a 5-year plan.
Good.
And at the end of that, my main goal is to compete in Miss South Africa. It has been a dream of mine since I was a little girl, since I started modeling. So I would definitely say that.
Okay. And then I know we didn't mention that you're going to go back to this one, to Miss Junior South Africa finalist. And what do you look forward to when you go there? Maybe you look forward to winning.
yeah.
For that title. Yes. We're working for that title.
And then, Coach Lizanne, so we're going to wrap up with the questions, but I just want you to maybe tell our audience how they can reach All-Star Modeling Academy Alberton, how they can get contact of you if they want to join. But before that, I want to know, you know, like also me, I was also quite a tomboy. So I want to know from you, what advice would you give to young girls that want to go into pageantry and they think maybe, no, I'm not cut out for this. What would you say to them?
Just come and have fun and try it. You can be a tomboy. We'll put you in pageant shoes. You can do your heels on the stage. When you get off, you can go into your sneakers.
Yeah.
You can be your tomboy
Yes.
again. There's many girls that's like what we call, or what we're saying now, tomboy or whatever.
Yes.
But they, as soon as they, you know, you can have your tomboy, but as soon as you're in this beautiful, lovely evening gown or dress and high heels, you just feel like a princess and you feel like a queen and you just have fun and like, oh, I'm a queen on the stage. I'm like, you know, like then Afrikaans they say the queen wat hier van die trappe af kom, you know, you flow, so you like on the
you flow down the stairs.
Flow down.
Yeah.
So, and that is how you feel when you have that dress on. So you can be the tomboy, but we will change you just for that few minutes on stage.
And we can't deny, even me, when I was a tomboy, I know, feeling like a princess, guys, it's priceless. You want to feel, you might say, nah, I wanna wrestle. No, put on a dress, put on the heels.
I actually know a lot of girls that that's boxers. That's like they compete in boxing or whatever. And boxing is like always like butch, but I don't feel like butch, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And then they go on the ramp and they look like this beautiful beauty queen.
And they enjoy it.
Yes.
They
So
do enjoy it.
So if you want to get in contact with me, I am Alberton. I've got a Facebook page, Instagram, Alberton. Sorry, is also Alberton, but we've also got a lot of other branches as well. So you can just type in on Facebook if you're not sure. Type in Facebook SA All Stars, and it will give you all the branches, and especially our founder Dion and his wife. You can contact him if you're not sure about a branch. Contact any branch, and then we can refer you to whichever you are.
Awesome.
So yes, so come and join us.
Thank you so much, Coach Lizanne. It was such a great pleasure having all ladies here.
Thank you very much for having us.
It's
it was
a pleasure.
A real privilege to be here.
Awesome stuff. And that's it from now from the Pageant Perspective podcast, ladies and gentlemen. See you again right here, same time, same place. Bye.
Bye.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Pageant Perspective podcast. I'm your host Candace Freeman, and here we go beyond the sash, unveiling stories and celebrating beauty. Today I'm super excited. We have a little Miss Sturfontein in the house, and she's only 6 years old. Tiana, how are you?
I'm fine.
Are you good? I'm good too. Can you please introduce yourself?
My name is Tiana. I'm 5 years old. When I grow up, I want to be a doctor and a dancer. And my other name is Tiwara.
Okay. And then, ladies and gentlemen, we can't introduce her without her lovely mother. Always by her side, pushing her daughter to do the best. Mom, can you please introduce yourself?
Hello, everybody. This is Tracy Zintle Kumalo speaking here. I'm a mother to Tiana van Rensburg. Tiana is a very beautiful child, as you guys can see.
Yeah.
She's full of smiles. She's a happy child. That's all I can say. Thank you so much.
All right, that's beautiful, Mom. So, Tiana, what school do you attend?
Voorbrand Primary School.
Voorbrand. Is that the name? Is it Voorbrand, Mom?
It's Voorbrand.
Voorbrand.
Yes.
Okay. No, that's fine. That's fine. And then, what do you do for fun, Tiana?
For fun, I like to dress myself. I like to put makeup.
Yay!
I like to dress myself alone.
And then you walk in mommy's heels, nah? I'm sure you do. You don't walk in mommy's heels?
I don't.
Whose heels do you walk in?
My heels.
You. Okay. Mom, this child, Aaron. Okay. So, Mom, I just want to know, you did mention that this was her first pageant and she won.
Yes.
And I want to know, what encouraged you to put her into pageantry? Where did the inspiration come from?
Okay. As you said, it's Tiana's first pageant. What really inspired me, Tiana's teacher once called me and told me that your child, she is so confident. And I never believed it. She was like, you shouldn't sleep on your child's talent.
Wow.
You should do something about it. And then I thought to myself, what is it that I can do to expose Tiana out there?
Wow.
And then there was this friend of mine that I went to school with, I went to church with. She was hosting Miss Tafontaine, which is under composure. And before I go forward, I would like to say thank you to them. If it wasn't for them, my daughter wouldn't be in this platform.
Yeah.
So I told her that my daughter, I would like you to enter my daughter into one of your beauty pageants. And she was like, no, it's fine, you can bring her. So she went in, and the day before the pageant, Tiana had broken a tiny toe.
Sure.
My dreams were shattered. I had made dresses, bought shoes. I was really invested in this whole thing. She was also invested.
Yes.
We thought now, everything is gone. Tiana told me one thing. Mommy, let's pray and ask God to make my toe small so that I can wear my shoes.
Yes.
And I was literally crying.
So it was swollen.
It was swollen.
Oh.
A wire had penetrated through a small toe and her other toe. So I was so depressed to a point whereby I was like, I had put effort in this whole thing and it's just in vain.
Yeah.
And after that, when she said that, she was like, Mommy, don't worry. I'm going to pray. Everything is going to be all right. I never believed in that.
Yes.
From that day, I started believing in prayer. Tiana prayed before we went to bed. In the morning, the foot was okay. The swelling had got down.
Wow.
And she told me, Mommy, I'm going to go walk. And we went. Tiana walked even though her foot was in pain.
Yes.
I was also shocked. The confidence. Tiana kept her head held high. So from that day, I would say my daughter really changed me in my belief.
Yes.
I had so little faith in God and Jesus Christ. But her saying, Mommy, at Sunday school, they taught me that if I'm in trouble, if I need help, I should pray. And we did that prayer and really it worked.
That's so beautiful, Titi. You see, your mom's teaching you, you're teaching your mom. It's so beautiful. Tiana, can you tell me what's your favorite TV program? Or maybe a cartoon?
Barbie Girl and Spider-Man.
Barbie Girl and Spider-Man. And then you said, who's your favorite, is it actor?
Tom Holland.
Who's Tom Holland?
It's from Spider-Man.
Okay. He's from Spider-Man. Okay, that's beautiful. And your favorite color?
It's pink.
Pink, obviously. That's why she's so glamorous. Mommy, did you say you make her dresses?
No, I didn't make her dress.
Oh, okay.
Actually, her dress was made by a lady called M.H. Couture. She made her dress. And I just said, I need something that will look nice on Tiana. And
yes, this
she
is
just
the one.
did this.
Okay. Tiana, you said what else do you want to become when you grow older? Is it just a dentist and a doctor? Anything else Don't you want to be Miss South Africa one day? You know, maybe
Miss,
yeah?
Miss Universe.
Yay! Hi, Mama, your daughter, Miss Universe. She was like, I'm going beyond.
Yes.
I'm going beyond.
With her faith, I believe.
With her
one
faith,
day, yes.
definitely. And then what's your favorite food?
Lasagna.
Ooh, that's why we make lasagna. Who makes lasagna? Mommy? No? Who?
We buy it.
You buy it, okay. And then, Mom, furthermore, how would you like to see Tiana grow and flourish in pageantry?
I would love to see Tiana as Miss Universe one day. I'm gonna try hard to be there, to be her pillar of strength, channel her into good things, because I believe that if you see your child's talent, you shouldn't sleep on it, but as a parent, try, because some of us never got that opportunities.
Yes.
I had always wanted to do modeling, but my parents slept on my talent. I've been a person that likes being out there, but they ignored that fact. So I'm that type of mom that I won't neglect that. If I see there's potential in Tiana, I'm gonna go heights and climb until I get to the point where I'm like, yeah, no.
You know, Mom, there's still an opportunity for you to also partake in pageantry.
Serious?
There's diva moms. Yeah, there's diva moms. There's yummy mommy. So there's mothers that go into pageantry. You can go there, Mom.
I didn't know about that.
And you're gorgeous. You see that figure. 3 kids. You'll make it there.
I'll try to enter.
It was so beautiful having you guys here. And Tiana, I hope you win more pageants and you achieve all your dreams, okay? With your mommy by your side, you can do anything. Isn't it? Mommy's going to push you, nah? Do you have, for other girls that also want to go into pageantry, do you have a message for them? Maybe you want to encourage them. What would you say to them if they want to do modeling?
I'm gonna say, come join me. You can be my best friend. I'll love you so much. I'll make you treat yourself.
Oh, thank you so much, Mom. Thank you for bringing Tiana here.
Thank you so much.
And I must commend you so much for, seeing the talent in your daughter and, just going with that. And Tiana, thank you for being here.
Okay.
So viewers, that was Little Miss Tiny Terfontaine, or Little Miss Terfontaine, Tiana and her beautiful mother Tracy. Thank you so much for watching, and just by this you can see that anything is possible. Your dreams will come true. That's all for now. From me, it's bye. Hello everyone and welcome to the Pageant Perspective podcast, where we go beyond the sash, unveiling stories and celebrating beauty. I'm your host Candace Freeman, and today I'm here with the director, or should I say founder and the coach from All Star Modeling Academy. And I'm happy to have you guys here. Can we start with the introductions? Can we start with the gentleman over here? It's the first time we have a gentleman, actually. So it's the first time we have a gentleman here.
It's quite shocking for a lot of people, but yes, I'm Dion Krause, from the founder of SA All Star Models. I'm 50 years of age, and yes, thank you for having us.
It's a pleasure. And then Coach Lazan was here on a previous interview, but we'll ask you to introduce yourself again.
Yes. Right, I'm Lazan Hienes. I'm from Alberton. I've got a SA All Star Alberton branch. I'm originally from Cape Town, but I've been here for about 8-9 years. I'm a mother of 2 young adults, not teenagers, young adults. And I've got a lovely supporting husband.
Awesome.
And that's it.
Do you have boys? 2 boys?
2. My son is actually 27 today. Okay. It's his birthday today, and he's all the way in Bahrain.
Oh.
He's not even here.
Yeah.
And my daughter is 23.
Okay. I wanted to say you have all the guys' attention.
Yeah. And then I'm a grandmother as well.
Okay, yeah, fantastic. You have a lot of attention. Fantastic. Okay, Dion, I want to start off with, how did you come about All Star Modeling Academy?
Man, All Star Modeling Academy is quite a long story. We actually started as a different modeling agency long ago.
Okay.
And yeah, I saw a big gap in the industry for the industry to change. Like everybody is always talking about the bad in the industry. So we started the All-Star, the word All-Star, everybody is a star, in order to help everybody, as many as we can in the industry.
Yes.
And so yeah, that's how we came about. I think there's a big gap in the market where we can get people to join forces. That's why the All-Stars are mostly made up of a lot of different modeling agencies.
Okay.
With the All-Star as the main umbrella.
Okay.
So yeah, that's what it's all about.
Okay, and so Coach Suzanne is a coach for one of the branches,
Yes.
right? And I want to know how you met Dion.
Do you really want to know?
Please. I want all the juicy
I
stories.
always joke and say Dion bullied me into opening a branch in Alberton. But we go way back. We know, well, since we came here about 9 years ago, he was our coach that time, because we obviously didn't have a coach here when we came from Cape Town. And then we went to them and
You didn't think it was a man.
and then it was a big shock when I went there with my daughter, and he was then our whistle, because I was talking to a lady, which is his wife. So, and I was waiting for Mariette, and I thought, okay, no, when is Mariette now coming? And he's just talking, because we must go on the ramp. And I thought, okay, but we just wait. And then my daughter said to me, I said, isn't Mariette going to make it today? He said, no, he's the coach. And like, but you're a man. And my daughter was quite shocked. She said, no, you're not going to try and be his man. What does he know about modeling? So that is how we met, and that is how we actually became friends from that time. And ever since then my daughter obviously stopped with modeling. I had a modeling school a couple of years ago also, and then with my daughter at that time in school, she was in matric, so it's grade 11 and matric, and it was just too busy, and I just couldn't go on with the modeling school. And then she left modeling, and then I just went like full on maybe into MC and to judging. So I was like still in the modeling industry. I did private classes as well for Mrs. Africa finalist, which was quite nice as well. And then I kind of like missed it, like, to have that, just the training for the kids. And then when he started SA All-Star and with the branches, like I said, he bullied me, and he was, are you going to open the hour? And I said, I'll think about it. And then that is how I started.
So Dion, were you like also like a male in pageantry? Did you also like do the ramps and stuff? Do you have some experience?
A little bit. After I started coaching, I started doing just for fun with some of my students. I did some competitions, and yeah, I mean, you got to be able to practice what you preach. So you got to be able to also be able to do competitions.
Yeah.
So I actually competed many years back in a big competition where there was a lot of girls and a lot of young guys and everything, and I actually ended up winning the highest score of the day for the whole day. But like I say, it wasn't planned. It was just done in the moment for fun. And yes, and so yeah, so we really enjoy what we do, and that's what it's all about.
So you were in pageantry before you started All-Star, or?
Yes,
you were,
for about 8 years.
Okay.
Before we did that.
And so you mentioned that All-Star, meaning everyone's a star.
Everybody's a star. That's where the name actually comes
what's
from.
the culture for All-Star Model Academy?
A culture meaning?
Like what do you instill in your girls? Like everyone in general, how do you train them? What do you instill in them? It's like a general.
Look, every model differs from each other. So I can't expect one model to try and be the same as the next model.
Yes.
So you need to groom every personality of a child.
Oh, I see.
So if she's vibrant on stage, you need to bring out that vibrance of the child. So if she's elegant, you bring out the elegance. Obviously, you put a little bit of elegance into each child, but you need to bring the child's, how can you say, you need to bring...
that natural ability out, yes.
You need to bring her personality out. You need to bring her personality out. So I can teach a child, any child, I can teach her a ramp. Any child you can teach her, but you can't teach a child to bring her personality out. It's something you got to find on stage. And as soon as you start getting your confidence on stage, your personality will automatically start to shine. Okay. So we try and polish the personality more than teaching you a ramp, because you can teach anybody a ramp. I mean, I'm a man.
Yes.
I do a ramp for you
Yeah.
with my eyes closed. So, but the thing about modeling is you need to groom the personality,
Okay.
and each child is different.
All right.
So you can't expect one person to be exactly the same like another.
And why did you think Coach Luzan would be perfect for your branch, for the Alberton branch?
She fits SA All Stars actually perfectly, because All Stars is all about fun.
Yes,
you
no.
know, it's vibrant.
Yes.
And if you talk to Luzan, you'll see
Just the
she's an
introduction
all-star.
already. You're like,
She's an all star through and through, and that's why I say all our coaches in the SA All Stars is that type of person. They're fun. They're fun to be around with.
beautiful.
So yeah, and that makes the kids feel more at home when they practice. So you get results much quicker.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is your vision? What's the vision and mission of All Star Model Academy?
SA All Stars, because we are umbrella, I would love to have most of the industry under the umbrella.
Okay.
So SA All Stars is there to try and change the industry from the bad more to the good.
Yeah.
So one of our, how can I say, visions is not to be, how can you say, at the pageants, if you are, one of our rules is if you are ugly at pageants, if you attack judges, if you attack organizers, you are out. We are very, very strict about that. So we don't encourage violence and those sort of things at pageants, because there's a lot of ugliness in the industry that we're trying to root out.
Yes.
And the only way to do that is to try and become the majority good in the industry.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is what is All Stars vision for the future.
Okay, beautiful. And then Coach Luzan, since you're a coach, but you have also directed pageants, have you?
Yes.
So you can differ between the two, but what are some challenges that you have, as a coach? What are I know it's like nice challenges because you love what you're doing, but in directing pageants, what are some challenges and how do you overcome them?
Sometimes it's difficult. Some people say it's difficult to organize a pageant or to be, direct a pageant or whatever. But I think, I don't know, maybe I've got the gift, I'm just relaxed and I just go with the flow and just have fun with everything. You do stress. Obviously, there are things that you will stress about it, especially we are actually planning a pageant now for the 9th of March for a charity, Dignity Dreams, for the 2 girls. But you're stressing because of the entrance, because the entry fee is there, but some people are only paying that day, and sometimes you do not have the funds before the time because you need to get the crowns for the top 3. You want to give special awards. I believe when I do a pageant or organize a pageant, I love to give every single child, it doesn't matter where they place. I like to give every single child something, even if it's only a sash, especially the little ones. The little ones don't always understand if they don't get a top 3. They can get a first and a second princess and they think, wow, I won, or I won the big title. But we would I always like to give every single child something, even if it's just something small.
Just to make them feel special.
And just to make them feel special, yes. And that is quite a little bit of a big stress, because you don't know until on that day how many contestants you're actually going to get or entries you're going to get. But otherwise, and then that obviously the judges, if you need to get the correct judges for the for the panel. Like Dion said earlier, sometimes there's a lot of ugly
politics,
and politics and stuff in, and it's very important to get the right panel of judges that's not linked with any modeling schools or whatever. But as a judge myself, must also just add that it doesn't matter how well you know anyone. If you're a real professional judge, you should not let that take advantage of that. And okay, I know this child now. I'm going to give you a very good. You still need to be professional. I know them for instance for a long time, and I think his daughter. There was I can't remember what. I can't remember what pageant it was, but it was about I think 2 or 3 years ago.
Okay.
I judged. And I scored her down because she was just too fast on that on the ramp, and then there was just like little small things, and even though I know them, I'm not going to score a high score
No,
because
it's
she
your
made
job to be
mistakes.
honest.
And that is how an honest judge must be. And I actually went to him afterwards. I said, well, I'm sorry, I had to score it down. He said, no, I know exactly where you scored it down. But that is very important to have these honest judges. And I also feel that when you're a judge for and especially if you host a pageant and as a director, I also feel it's very important that you need to get judges, like I said, obviously not linked to any modeling schools, but they need to have that experience. They need to know how to judge a ramp, how to look at the certain skills, techniques, the posture, you know, things like that, the eye contact, the basic things. Because sometimes and I also don't believe to take school children for a big pageant, although if they maybe got a big title, but that is still not that's just my opinion.
If they are linked to modeling agencies and so forth, if they're honest and open and they judge according to what they say, there's no problem with it.
There's no problem with it. But also not too young. They just, you know, they feel they must have experience.
And a judging course.
And obviously also they need to start somewhere. I mean, I had to start somewhere. Everybody needs to start somewhere. And then I will also give that advice. If there's judges that wants to start judging or whatever, if they're still young or grade 11 or grade 12 or out of the school, you know, whatever, start with school pageants. You know, small pageants, fun pageants that you can judge, and then from then you can, that is how you build experience. But that as a director or pageant director, that's very, very important.
Awesome. I see you uphold all your roles very well. Even as a coach, you're all out. But I just want to know, as a coach, what makes you so successful as a coach?
My personality.
I was going to say the same thing. Definitely, because you embrace everyone, you're open, you're fun, so everyone just
I think it's just
gets attached to you so quickly.
This is how I've been my whole life. I always joke and always say, not even my mom could control me. Nobody can control me. I'm fun. I might be 51, but I still have a lot of fun with these kids, and I, you know, and just the way I train with them, and obviously the different ages, you have to level with them on their age groups or whatever. But and I'm strict. I mean, obviously I'm strict with certain things, but I have fun with them. And also I think what makes me a little bit, I won't say different, because everybody's got their own way and everybody's unique in their own way of coaching, but I really go that extra mile. You pay for your classes, and I mean, Dion is the same. And all the other coaches, we actually support each other like you won't believe.
From the same cloth.
So you know, obviously you pay for your classes like say once a week or one slot a week or whatever for a month. But it doesn't stop there. You know, you've got your class, half an hour class or whatever you pay for, but you still 24/7 on Facebook, on WhatsApp. If I'm not sure about something, I will phone him and say, can you talk? Are you busy with the class? Okay, I've got this model. He will do exactly the same. We talk to the other coaches. We've got a coaches group, so we actually really we might have different branches, but we are really one big family,
one unit.
You know, it doesn't matter from which branch you are. We are everybody supporting every single one.
And it's like the slogan say, I mean, love it, live it.
So
we live for what we do. We really All Stars, and that's why I say that most of the coaches in the All Stars are all.
We've got the passion for it.
Passion and personality. We all really love what we do, and that's why the slogan is "Love it, live it." So if you love what you do, just live it. Every day you live it. So no, we really like what we do, and that's why Luzanne is definitely one of the good examples of one of the coaches of All Stars. All the coaches is like that. So All Stars is really all about just having fun.
Awesome.
If I maybe can just add just something what really, I mean, I always had respect for Dion, but really, really made me realize how much respect I actually have for this guy. There was a competition last year that sometimes they give awards out for competitions or at the pageants for the best modeling school. And then it doesn't matter how many branches you've got, then they usually call the CEO or the founder of the modeling school, call up on stage. Dion is not like that, and that is how we All Stars are. Dion actually, well, obviously all the coaches weren't there, but the coaches that were there were their models. He said he's not the only one that made you know,
that's possible.
So he called all his coaches up that was there, and all of them received this with him the reward, and that is what you know, that is what a founder of
unity. We need to all stay together in order to bring out the good in the industry.
Yes.
Yes.
And obviously, the bigger it is, the easier it is.
Yes.
So, yeah, we're
That's true.
trying really hard to grow the industry in a better place. So, yeah.
I understand that All Stars, South Africa All Stars Modeling Academy is quite successful. Can you tell us what would you say has made you come this far? To make All Stars the successful, what is it?
I think the passion.
The passion.
And the passion that all the coaches of SA All Stars share with each other.
Passion.
I think makes us very successful. And I think it's going to be much better in the future as well, because we're sharing the same vision. And that's the reason why the All Stars were created, is in order for everybody to share the same vision.
Yeah.
And that's why I say our slogan is love it, live it. So if you really love what you do, you're in the right place. I mean, we all love what we do. So yeah, it just goes from strength to strength.
Beautiful. So I wanted to ask, can you please share with us how big South Africa All Stars Model Academy is?
At the moment.
Yes, at the moment.
Under correction, I think we are now about 25 branches.
25, okay.
Whereby Durban and Ballito and all those are still busy up and coming. But yes, most of the places in South Africa, if you can point on it, most probably there'll be a branch there.
Nice. So you guys are quite big.
But like I say, it's not new schools. It's a lot of schools that was unknown in the industry.
Okay.
That we, like I say, we're an umbrella. So a lot of the schools that was existing just came under the umbrella, under the All-Star. So there is a lot of rules that you need to abide.
Yeah.
So if you don't follow the rules and you're not part of the group, you will be out as quick as you came in.
Hectic.
So it is quite, we're trying to, so if you are trying to put a negative stamp on the industry, we're not going to involve you in all.
We don't believe in drama.
We don't like drama.
We don't
It's
like
one of the
drama.
rules,
We don't
you
get
know.
involved with pageant politics or things like that. Or this one is fighting. We concentrate on our own thing,
On
and
the
that
positive,
is and that is
kids,
how we teach.
growing the kids, grooming their personalities. Those are the important things.
You know,
in
those
the
are
industry.
it's like life lessons that you don't just always, sometimes you don't get them. I know there's good parents out there, but it's life lessons,
and
you know.
also that you need to be example. As coaches, you need to be example for the models.
To behave yourself at competitions and all those sort of things. So a lot of people look at you and then, like she says, if you're a bad example, people are going to follow by example. So you need to be a good example out there. And the bigger the example is, the better chance you've got of changing the industry.
Yeah.
Sure, you won't probably not change it 100%, but if I can change it 99%, I would be happy.
Okay, yes.
So,
and it's
most
like
definitely.
charity. If I can add this as well, we're not only pageantry modeling orientated. We're very into charity, or very charity orientated. So we've got a lot of charity that we, love helping people, animals, especially animals as well, through the charities. And we want to be role models for, for the models out there or the students out there. So it's not only about, and that is what we teach the students and the models as well. And we tell them, what is charity all about? Even the little ones, they must know. Not only, okay, my mom said I must go and do charity, or my coach said we must go. They must know what charity is all about. And when you do the charity, do it with
Open
a pure
heart,
heart.
yeah.
You must know why, not because you have to. And that is very important for us as well. Charity is a very big thing of SA All Stars.
I can feel the heart in All Stars.
No,
There's like a whole lot of heart in it.
Definitely. It's not just about ramp. There's a lot behind scenes going on. Like she says, the charities, especially in your community. And because the All Stars is so big in South Africa, usually what we do is when one of the branches does something for the old age, we try and get all the other branches in South Africa to join in their community to do something for what is necessary in their community, like maybe the SPCA or the old age home or schools for the needs. So it's important.
So you're quite experienced in this industry, right? So if you could see any avenues of change, that's something you could change, what would that be?
I would say I would love to change the views of some people in the industry, especially parents, to make them see that what is the good thing that their child can
Yeah,
receive from this
yes.
industry. So if I could change some of the people's views on some of the stuff, I would really love to see that change.
And you, Coach?
I would definitely agree with Dion there, but my main thing and bottom thing is don't ever give up. You know, the students, sometimes, you know, if it's new students or newbies, we always say newbies or whatever, success doesn't come overnight. You know, it takes time to get there, to get that winning title or to get into a top 3. But I always believe in, if you don't get it today, you stand up, you try again. And repeat that. Stand up, try again, go on, you will get there. But if you give up, that is when you're a loser. When you don't give up, that makes you a winner.
That makes you a winner.
And the main thing is believe in yourself. Believe in yourself and don't let anyone come in your way, anything come in your way. If you've got your dreams, you've got your goals for whatever title, whatever you want to do, go for it. And don't let, just, you know, be focused and I always, which is also very important for me as a coach, don't compete with the person next to you. You compete with yourself.
True.
Do it for the right reasons.
That's so true.
Yes, and you walk that ramp or whatever you do that day, and you do the best what you can do. And if you did the best, you will win in my eyes.
Wow.
Don't worry about the others next to you. And don't worry about politics or, you know, the girls can be very nasty backstage sometimes or whatever.
Look, it's a sport at the end of the
Yeah,
day.
it is a sport.
Everybody is there to try and win.
Yeah.
But it's not what it's only about.
Yes.
That's where the people mustn't lose focus about what it's all
always
about.
Stay
Growing
humble.
yourself as a person.
Be humble. And always be the person you were before you got that crown. That is what my coach actually of our coach from Cape Town, I will never forget that. Sorry, Dion, that's only is it all started. She taught us that, and I will never, and that is just stuck in your head, and I truly believe in that.
Wow.
And that is just, don't ever change, because that is the person who got the crown.
Coach Luzan, I should have met you earlier. I think I was going to be a big shot. I'm kidding. Okay, so with modeling, I assume you guys have like a course, right, when you teach the girls how to walk and all of those stuff.
Yes.
So can
obviously in training, but there's also we use for the judging course. I send a lot of 18 plus girls to Pageant SA, Caroline Botha. According to my standards, I think she's one of the best to go through for your judging courses.
Okay.
So yeah, but for ramp and all that, she also does a bit of ramp training and that sort of thing. But for ramp training, we've got SA All Stars. We've got some of the best coaches in the industry.
Yeah. How do you upskill and enable your girls? I think there's boys as well.
Yes.
How do you enable and upskill them with the courses that you do?
With the courses that I don't do teachers courses.
Okay, so let's start with...
but there is some of the all-star groups, like Lamise, she does teachers courses for Clarksdorp, and she also gives you certificates and diploma if you pass your courses. But I personally is more strictly into training. I actually started being a coach because I saw place for improvement. I'm a little bit of a perfectionist, actually. That's what started me being a coach, because I looked at a lot of the girls in the industry, and I see there's a lot of place for improvement on all techniques that I saw. And because I'm a little bit of a perfectionist, if I see imperfection, I look at a way how to perfect it.
I see.
So I sort of analyze every child, and then I'll see where there's place for improvement, and that's how I became a coach.
Okay.
But yes.
All right. Okay, so I just want, I don't know, will you do it or Coach Luzan, but how can people join All Star Model Academy?
You're the founder.
No, they're on those groups every day and night. I think.
Which groups is that?
The SA All Star group. There's a main page, and then every branch has got their own pages. So depending on which area on, like I say, you can almost point on South Africa's map, and you'll probably have a branch there. But yeah, you can also.
I think the most of them are actually on Facebook, Instagram, but they can definitely just search SA All Stars, and you'll see where the branches are. And if you're obviously not sure about where the branches are, or in the area where your closest branch is, you can just contact any branch, and they will say, all right, this is the closest to you, or that one. And also, please, if I can add this, we don't only do personal training with the classes. We also do online training.
Oh.
So you don't need to be in the... One of my models is in Newcastle, and I do online training with her. I think you've got a few models that you also do.
I've got Newcastle, I've got Belito, I've got...
Yes.
I've got Piet Retief. I've got actual physical classes for people from Poch, I've got people from Secunda, I've got people from all over that really wants to be part of the best in the industry. In order to be the best, you need to train with the best. So, so they come from hen and far.
So from wherever, all over.
I've got a model, I must say, in Australia that moved, and she came from Pageant SA.
Okay.
She met with me and she told me, listen, I've been with too many coaches now, nobody's interested because I am blind.
Oh.
And I said, no, that's quite an interesting challenge. And we did it, and she did. Her name is Karina, and she's in Australia now. And she's one of my high points in my career, that I actually trained her to walk on a ramp blind.
Wow.
And did actually very well. She did a lot of Pageant SA competitions and won a lot of them.
Brilliant.
So yeah, it's interesting, very interesting. But yeah, it's one of my high points in the industry.
This was such a beautiful interview. There's just brilliance all over. I just want to ask for my last question for anyone who would like to go into pageantry, or even your current pageant girls. What advice would you like to give them, and encouragement as well?
From my side, I would say do it for the right reasons. Mostly, if you want to grow your confidence, it's a big must. If you want to grow your confidence in your personality, pageants is most definitely one of the best ways to do that. And it's one of those amazing things that you see a person start pageantry with very low confidence, and then
how they grow.
A year or two after that, how strong they've become. It's just an amazing thing.
Beautiful. And you, Coach?
I would totally agree with him, everything he says as well. God, do it now. Because sometimes, especially with interview training, I do a lot of interview training for pageants, or certain pageants. And the people won't understand how important interview training is, because it helps you so much when you leave school one day, you have to go for a job interview.
Precisely.
It's not the same type of questions, but sometimes you get this, where do you see yourself in 5 years? You get that in the pageant.
Introduce yourself.
Yes, introduce yourself, describe yourself.
Exactly.
Prepares you for the life outside.
It really just prepares you, and you can see with the models, from a long time or many years, and as they grow older and they go out of school and they go for a job interview, you see all the posts and the first job or second job interview, they nailed it.
Yeah.
And the grooming, like I said earlier as well, the grooming is, for me, is very, very important, but you know exactly how to look like at the end of the day to go for a job interview.
Yes.
That really helps you, your verbal skills, the way you need to talk, the way you need to represent yourself in a job interview.
Most definitely, yeah.
It's
Beautiful.
definitely all those type of skills. So it's not only about going
Walking
on the ramp.
Yes.
There's all these other little things that really, really helps you. And if you want to do it, don't be scared. And don't let anyone stand in your way.
And don't let anybody tell you to start.
Yes.
Or too disabled to do it. There's no,
Yes.
If you want to do it, put your mind to it, just go for it, do it.
And
Have the
don't
right
let
people
anybody-
behind you.
Yes, and also don't let anybody tell you don't look like a model. Everybody is unique in their own
way,
special way.
Yeah.
And that's what we believe in. It doesn't matter how you look like. Anybody can be a model. But like you said, you have to come in there for the right reasons. Your heart needs to be pure.
Yes.
You know, things like that. If you're going to do it for...
Just for winning.
Then, because you need to, like I said earlier as well, success doesn't happen overnight.
Yes.
You know, you need to work, and everything you do today, your own career, you need to work for what you want today or what you achieve today. That's the same with modeling. You need to work hard. It's like a normal sport, like any other sport, athletics, rugby, tennis.
It's a sport.
You know, it's still a sport. It's just more glamorous.
Okay, so we do want to inspire people, you know, we want to hear some success stories. So can we hear some success stories from you guys with regards to pageantry?
Well, success stories, when I had my previous modeling school, you know, what is so nice is that what Dion also said earlier, you know, you see the girls grow. So I had girls that time that started from scratch, like they no modeling, you know, experience at all. And you just work with them, and then all of a sudden, they win their first title. You know? So there was a lot of pageant essays, especially pageant essays like Miss Pre-Teen South Africa, Miss Pre-Teen Universe, you know, or Miss Teen Junior Essay, you know, and things like that. But I would say my biggest success stories is the Mrs. Africa pageant. I started about 6 years ago when someone came to me, well, Carolyn, the director from Pageant SA, she sent this lady to me for the Africa, because the Africa pageant is a different, I would say, different ball game. It's like a whole week of you know, you need to prepare thoroughly and with every simple little thing. And it's like a week and a half, I would say, at that time. And she sent her to me, and I trained her, and from wardrobe, from rehearsals, from you name it. It's like every single thing. When you do this activity, you wear that. Like I said earlier, I'm very over my grooming. When you do that, you go and change. You do, it's like up and down the whole time. And she won. And from there on, that was about 6 years ago, I think. And then she won Mrs. Africa. A year after, they sent me another one, or she actually sent me another one.
Oh.
And she did the Mrs. Africa Classic. And that is from, I think, for 45 years and older, or 50 years and older. So I trained her in the Mrs. Classic. She won.
Wow.
A year after, I got actually two, one for Mrs. Africa finalist and a Mrs. Classic finalist. So it's like two different age groups, and they both won. And and then after that, another one, and actually the Mrs. Africa, the reigning one until now. So for about 6 years or 7 years, I can't remember, I always say 7 wins in 6 years, because the 1 year were 2.
Yes.
So that is just how I train them, and that is how my success.
You're an expert. You're an expert. What can I say?
What can I say? I think like we said earlier, the biggest thing is the passion you have, and you just really go all out, and you put everything in, and that extra mile you go with them, and that is how it's just success at the end of the day.
It flourishes.
Yes, so
And then over to you.
But obviously, for me, we've had a lot of success stories locally in toddler and tween of the world. Like we've tried with my daughter Natalie, we've tried it for 11 years. We've won it before, but we've never had the highest title score for toddler and tween. So that is one of our achievements, and last year she won the highest score for the competition.
Oh, good.
And then there's obviously Pageant Festival, one of the nicest pageants in the industry, where the kids have a lot of fun, where they actually don't just do pageantry, they do actually like a little bit of a drama play before they actually do their ramp. So we've got a lot of kids there that does very well there and win a lot of the age categories. And then overseas, one of my coaches, Luzanne from Pretoria, we trained very hard for Miss Grand SA, and she won that one.
Nice.
And then we've got Jenna Bissett. She won Miss International Princess SA America and USA.
Wow.
She went overseas and she did very well. She won that one. And we've got two girls, the Bella girls, that's going overseas to the US. I think this year that we're busy training. So yes, I must say the girls at SA All Stars, they do very well because they do it with passion.
Awesome.
And I mean, that is a very, very important ingredient. If like Lizanne, she's passionate, all our coaches is passionate. So if you got to, like she says, lead by example. So if you're passionate about it, you actually carry that passion over to the kids. And if they do whatever they want to do on the pageant industry with passion, they will be successful.
Yeah.
And then I want to ask concerning competition and maybe various other modeling agencies. What is the competition landscape for you guys? How do you interpret
The
it?
landscape is very big. There's a lot of competitions out there, and unfortunately, it's not possible for us to support all the competitions, and that's why our parents are open to do any competitions. Obviously, they run it past the coaches to see that they've got the right outfits and the equipment to be successful there. But yeah, we don't encourage parents to go to specific competitions.
Yeah.
We train according to the competition that the parents have entered for.
Oh, okay.
So the landscape is quite big, and most of them they do a 1.5 ramp, but the criteria changes whether your clothing is evening or casual. So for that type of reasons, we don't tell the parents what to do. The parents tell us they want to do this competition or that competition, and then we'll lead them accordingly.
Okay. Do you encounter difficult parents? I don't know who encounters them more, you or the coach.
I must say we are very strict when it comes to parents. Like I say, the rules in SA All Stars is very strict when it comes to your behavior at competitions. So yes, you do get difficult parents, but yes, they need to stick to SA All Stars rules in order how they behave themselves at competitions.
I think it's also just the way you need to, how you handle them. You need to do it obviously in a professional way, but you also need to explain to them, say for instance, they're not happy about whatever the outcome was or the result was, at whatever pageant today. But we need to explain to them, and especially, and please don't take it the wrong way, but there's a lot of new parents that comes in the industry for the first time, and then they expect their children to win. In the first 2 or 3 competitions they must win. It's not. Maybe you're lucky, and
it happens.
It does happen. It does happen.
Yeah, not often.
But not often, yes. And like I said earlier,
it takes hard work.
and then they don't understand, and then. Dit is wanneer die tantrumppies nou gegooi word or whatever. Not in a bad way, but I'm just saying, they're getting upset. But then we need to explain to them, this is, it takes years of experience, and it's going to take a long time. And maybe by the next pageant, your child will win. But you need to know how to handle it, because again, you as a parent, I'm not talking about the coaches now, but you as a parent also need to set that example for your child, because now the parent is, in a bad, the tantrums, or they get annoyed or they get upset, and then the child, she's say 8, 9 years old, she thinks, okay, but that is the way how it goes. When I'm 12, 13, I can also go and hold my tantrum because my mom, it was fine with my mom. It doesn't work that way. And the people see these things. They see the children that's humble. They see where you're coming from, and the kindness, and things like that. And that is what is important. And that is what the parents must also remember. But I must actually say, people really think that we're talking nonsense, but we do not have any.
Our parents behave themselves at competitions very well, because they know if you don't, you're out. It's short and simple. We don't support negativity in the industry. So we rather try and focus on the positive. If you are going to be a negative in the industry, we're going to cut you out quick as that.
I think it's the same way you learn to win. You must learn to take a loss.
Yes. But like I say, when we get parents and new parents, we explain it from the beginning. This is how we work. We're very strict on these rules. In order to change the industry to become positive, we need to cut out the negative. So if you're going to be negative, you need to know from day one that doesn't work that way. But I must say, we haven't had parents that's been negative and behaving badly, and like I say, we haven't had that part in the industry that we had to ask people to leave, that sort of thing, because most of us are fun. We all get along very well.
Yeah.
Yes.
So all our parents and coaches are getting along very well. So we've never had really bad experiences with parents at competitions.
And also a very important thing to remember, you lose with grace and you win with grace.
Definitely beautiful.
And always congratulate the person next to you. It doesn't matter from where you are, what school you are, what bowling, whatever. Be nice.
It's a day.
Be kind.
It's a time to shine.
It was, and it was your time for shine will come. Maybe you had your time already, now it's her time. But in Afrikaans you say gun dit vir almal. Daar's gun vir almal die son oor jou skyn of wat is dit nou? Praat ek so baie Engels, ek kan nie in Afrikaans praat. Laat die son oor jou skyn of whatever.
Almal kry hulle
Ja.
Ladies and gentlemen, sorry, wait, I have to thank you guys first. Thank you so much for being here today.
Really,
it's been
awesome.
Thank you so much for having us. It was a real honor to be here.
Okay, and to our viewers, thank you for watching. That's Candace Freeman from the Pageant Perspective podcast. See you guys again next time. Bye.
Bye.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Pageant Perspective podcast where we go beyond the sash, unveiling stories and celebrating beauty. I'm your host Candace Freeman and today I'm here with the lovely queen Natalie. Yay! Natalie, how are you?
I'm good, and you?
I'm good, thanks. I'm so happy to have you here. I choked on this information. She told me she's won over 1,000 titles, ladies and gentlemen. It's like, what? So that's incredible. But firstly, can you just start off by introducing yourself to the audience?
Yes. Hi, I'm Natalie Krause. I'm a 16-year-old from Tolpark proper in East Rand. I'm in word school The Anchor in grade 11. And when I don't do pageants, I did it since I was 3 years old, pageantry. And when I don't do pageants, I do cheerleading at my school and charity work in my community.
Okay, awesome. So can you tell us, how did you get into pageantry?
It's actually a very funny story. When I was 3, I loved to throw tantrums. My mother said I was a devil child. I couldn't stop. Then there was a competition at the work and then I entered. And then ever since then, I love doing modeling. Then I entered into more pageants. And ever since then, I stopped throwing tantrums because I got the attention from modeling.
Wow.
So then it stopped.
Awesome. No, thank God for pageantry then.
Yes.
Okay, so I did mention you've won over 1,000 titles. But can you mention the most recent ones or ones that you would consider, like one of your greatest achievements?
So last year I won the first ever Miss Team Collies, so that was a huge achievement for me. And then I won Toddler and Tune of the World Ultimate Supreme. I tried that competition for 11 years, and last year was the first time I won the overall.
Wow, so, I have to say well done. You tried it for 11 years and last year you finally got it.
I just kept trying.
That's gorgeous for you.
And then I won last year Pageant Festival Ultimate Supreme. That was the first time ever someone won all 5 competitions, all 5 overalls, and then the Grand Supreme.
Sure.
And then I won Miss Queen of the World, Miss Queen of South Africa, Miss Northern Gauteng and the overall, and Miss Springs, Miss Edenvale. That's all I can remember now.
Sure, guys, this is like you see the package, it's this small there, but dynamite in there. Okay, so I want to know, what do you like? Because you've been in pageantry now for a very long time, but what fuels your passion for pageantry?
My passion for pageantry, I just love being on stage and be myself and just escape from reality and be on that stage for a little moment and escape and just focus on that.
What would you say in your experience in pageantry, what has been some of your lowest moments?
I don't really have my lowest moments because I believe if you can't always win. So if you don't win, just go try harder and go try again. Okay,
and then because you're so successful, we want to know, what is your key success factors? What gives you that edge in pageantry?
I would say my father, because he's my coach and he's always there to support me when I fall down and he brings me back up. and tells me that I can't always win. You can always try again. So he's my supporter, so he supports me and he leads me through everything. So,
That's beautiful. So you and your dad are like quite tight.
We're
very tight.
Yeah.
And then how long has your dad like been by your side? From the start he was with you in pageantry?
Yes. But I started with Vogue, with Valerie. So she trained me. She's the one that made me. And then my father took over because she was too far. So we couldn't drive the whole time there. So my father started training me. And then he opened a modeling school here. And then he took over. So he trained me then further.
That's beautiful.
Yes.
And so because you've been in so many pageants, right? And I'm sure you don't judge it, right? You judge sometimes?
No.
You don't judge. But what do you think judges look for in a queen?
I would say they would look for beauty in the inside, because it doesn't help when you're pretty on the outside but you're ugly in the inside.
Yeah.
So you must be humble and don't look down on others. And you must also have respect for others and how you communicate with the other contestants there.
Okay. And you know, with pageantry, I think a lot of pageantries are, you know, solid on community initiatives, and they do all of these great things. But what are some initiatives that you are maybe undertaking? I know you hold a lot of crowns, but maybe personally, in with the sessions that you have, what initiatives do you partake in?
When I win a title, I take that title and then I go do charity work with it. I go to an old age home and to places that is poor and doesn't have food, and I use that title to do charity work and give out chocolates for Easter or Christmas. I do that.
Easter's coming up, so she's going to give chocolates. Yeah. So what would you say is your favorite thing to do giving back to community? Which one is your favorite? Which initiative that you maybe have done before was your favorite?
I would say the old people, because they family go drop them off and then they forget about them, so they are alone. So I like to go to the old age home because they don't have someone to talk to and they don't have anything to do. So us as a modeling school, we go there and we keep them company for a while and give them chocolates and stuff, so I can feel a little
It's
bit
actually
better.
a beautiful experience. Omas and opas, they like conversation. You know,
always
just
want to talk and they have no one to talk to. So.
And that makes a big difference for them, you know, in their lives and their daily lives. You know, it's like something new coming into their lives, and they just, I can talk to this person. It just changes up their routine, you know, spices things up a bit for them. Not that they have boring lives, I'm just saying.
They don't have anything to do there. They just sit. So they really enjoy when we go there, because then they can talk to us.
And do they ask you questions about pageantry?
A lot. A lot.
What do they ask? What's like the typical question they ask?
Yeah, they would always take your sash like this and like, what did you win?
Yeah.
And how was it?
Yes.
Was it nervous? And it's like, yes, a lot.
How do you mentally prepare before going up on a stage?
How I mentally prepare is when I stand by the stage, I go through my ramp in my head, and then I do stress a lot. I do. So I walk a little bit around at the back, and then just go with my ramp through my head. Then I just tell myself, relax, you're going to be okay. But when you get on that ramp, it just fades away.
It just fades away. Do you live by a motto? Maybe you have a motto in life?
Yes, I do. I believe you can succeed with anything if you have God by your side.
Wow, beautiful. And then, because you've been so in so many pageants, but specifically your style in pageantry, what makes a winning outfit? You know, from the hair, the makeup, the shoes, what makes a winning outfit?
I feel everyone has different style, so when you go look for an outfit, you must first fit it on, and if you feel beautiful in it, you must get it. Because if you don't feel beautiful, you're not going to do your best performance on the ramp. And I think that's the most important. It doesn't matter what other people say to you. If you want to wear this one, you must pick that one. And I feel like the shoes is the most important out of everything, because if you can't walk in your shoes, your whole ramp is going to be a disaster. So practice in your shoes and your dress beforehand and see how it goes, because you can't go on the ramp and then everything fails because it's the first time you walk in it. So you must practice beforehand.
So anything you feel beautiful in, go for that. Okay. And then with answering questions, I don't know if you've mastered the art of answering questions from judges, but what advice would you give to effectively answer a question that's, you know, like you don't even know where this question is coming from? It's just like, oh, how do you answer that?
I just think you must be yourself. there is no wrong answer.
Okay.
So just answer what's first coming to your head. And they must just remember the judges is people too, so they won't judge you. Well, they must, but yeah.
Okay, so this question is like a hypothetical question, it's like just imagine. What are some of the social ills that you would like to change in society?
Some of the social ills, I would love to put an age restriction because there's a lot of predators on social and a lot of young girls is also there, so it's a little unsafe for the kids. So I would put an age restriction so some of the younger kids isn't on there. And then cyberbullying is also a big thing in it because there's a lot of people that's getting bullied on social media and it can lead to suicide.
Okay.
So that's one of the big
If
ones
you
also.
were president for a day, what would you change? I know it's a big question because there's so many things to do.
Yeah.
But what would you do? There's a lot of things to do, and I think that's what makes the question difficult because there's so much to do.
There's so much. There's everything just flooding your mind.
But let's try and pick one.
I would change the potholes because if you drive, they're literally everywhere, and it causes a lot of accidents. So it causes a lot of life. So I would change the potholes because it's just so irritating because you drive and then pothole and then But even for companies in logistics, that are traveling, carrying stuff right and all of the things from here to there, it's also a problem for them. So did you hear, Mr. President? Potholes. But Natalie, thank you so much for coming on the Pageant Perspective podcast. Thank you for me being here.
It's a pleasure having you here. To our viewers, thank you guys for watching. That's all from Candace Freeman on the Pageant Perspective podcast, where we go beyond the sash, unveiling stories and celebrating beauty. Bye.
Bye.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Pageant Perspective podcast. I'm your host Candace Freeman, and here we go beyond the sash, unveiling stories and celebrating beauty. Today I'm here with a finalist for Mrs. Universe South Africa, and her name is Janola Munsami. Am I right? Yes.